Locations in Eustis, Longwood, and Sanford, or you can shop online at iwantfireworks.com. That's iwantfireworks.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Rates are near 3-year lows, and if you have a rate above 6.5, you may be able to lower it a point or more.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. This summer, we're turning up the heat on other dealers with all-in pricing online at greenwaykias.com. The price you see is the price you pay. No games, no surprise fees, just easy upfront pricing. Plus, get rates as low as 0% APR on select new Kias and a helpful finance team working to get you approved even if your credit isn't perfect. It's the Summer Sticker Sales Event. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it in a Greenway Kia. With approved credit, offer expires 7/5/26.
iHeartMedia presents the Fresh from Florida Groceries Giveaway. 50 lucky winners will each receive a $100 grocery voucher to indulge in Fresh from Florida goodness. Enter to win at iHeart.com/freshfromflorida.
Hi, this is Mike Lester with Talon Wealth and the Guarding Your Nest Egg radio show, and I have another investment idea for those seeking great returns with limited risk. Recently, we did a structured note for our clients, paying them 18.75% per year for 4 years, and it was great for clients seeking income or growth and principal protection. The note was based on the S&P, gold, and silver, and our clients won't lose principal as long as none of the ETFs are down more than 40% 4 years from when we place the trade, and the bank guaranteeing them doesn't default. This isn't an offer because we already traded this note, and structured notes aren't for everyone. But if you would like to know more about how structured notes work and what we currently have available, call us at 916-888-4000, 916-888-4000, if you'd like to learn more.
Advisory services offered through Talent Private Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. One of our guiding principles is to provide great beds at a great value. Our goal is to prove this to our customers every single day. We believe in producing quality mattresses in our factory and selling them directly to you, eliminating the middleman markup. You can rest easy knowing that you're getting a hand-built mattress at a real value. Stop by a location near you. We're confident that you'll be able to see and feel the OMF difference for yourself. Learn more at originalmattress.com.
On Plus Nicotine Pouches present Comfort Chronicles. A 10 o'clock tea time. How comfortable. You show up in stretchy shorts, a breathable tee, and maybe no socks.
Let the dogs breathe.
While others sweat in pleated khakis, you're in your comfort zone bombing drives. And in your pocket, On Plus Nicotine Pouches. The softest pouch on the planet. Buy a can at onnicotine.com. Products for tobacco consumers 21 years of age or older. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250, micro, to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Maurice Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
Team USA opened World Cup play with a 4-1 win over Paraguay Friday night. The Americans were scoring early with 3 goals before halftime.
It's the United States on the board! Less than 7 minutes in!
The U.S. will next play on Friday against Australia. The World Cup schedule today features 4 games, including Spain taking on Cape Verde and Belgium facing Egypt.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Travel. That's travel. Enter it now.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertiser.
Matches, emails, texts, and more. C-Lane is here.
Hello.
So are you. You can join us with the dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
I am shaking.
Just you can pull that down. You can pull that down. Pull it on down. There
My
we go.
good gosh.
Okay, I'm gonna do something real quick, and I'm gonna try to stay as calm as I can. Chat, I will nuke the entire stream if you guys don't stop freaking out about the sync right now. The video and audio out of sync. We're barely running for a bunch of other reasons, so please do not mess with me and trigger. Just be patient. Be lucky that there's anything happening. Be lucky that I'm talking and that words are coming out of my mouth. Be lucky that it's a Monday and you're alive and everything is going well in your world. Please, good God, do not complain about this right now. Okay? I don't have the bandwidth for it. I don't have the time or the attention for it. I don't have all the, I can't. I can't right now. I cannot do it. I'm trying my best. Okay? I didn't have the intro. I didn't, like we were picture perfect for all of this time. And all of a sudden we got weird stuff. I was excited because I had the guys from Mills Air come out this morning.
Oh, nice.
Air conditioning in the studio.
Today's a good day for it, let me tell you that.
Yeah, it's hot as hell out there. It's like 90 degrees outside. So the air conditioning in the studio is finally working smoothly. So I go, look, everything's coming up, Sean. Got the AC in the studio working, good to go. And so I'm on edge. I'll calm down. I promise, as the show goes on. I promise I will calm down. But right now, I am not very calm. I yelled at Courtney. I didn't mean to yell at Courtney.
I am not calm at all right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to take a walk or something.
Well, what's the matter? What's going on?
Everything's different. We were down to like the last minute and things are failing. And
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Somebody says this is horrible, Sean. Well, guess what? You got horrible or nothing. That's what your options are right now. What a weekend, folks. So many things to talk about on the show today. And trust me when I say this, we'll get everything sorted out and roll on here on a Monday. But there were so many different things. We obviously had the Knicks winning the NBA championships.
What a time.
Even if you aren't like any kind of sports fan, that was absolutely massive and started to go really viral. You got the World Cup stuff popping off right now, and that's broken through to normies like me because it's fun to watch all these people from other countries come into the United States of America, and they're partying and they're learning about our country, and it's just great. It's a really, really cool thing.
I really wanted to annoy you, last minute purchase a Knicks jersey and like show up in a hat and a jersey today just so I could be the fair weatherist of Knicks fans.
Right, yeah.
We were watching the game at my house, me and some friends that are actual Knicks fans, like actually had Knicks gear that they did not purchase the very same week.
Right,
and my wife was like, hey, and I was like, man, if Sean could see this, he would probably have something to say. My wife goes, hey, why don't you make the lights on the house flash in Knicks colors for the game? And I was like, yeah, let's go. Let's effing go. And so I did it, and I had to do them one by one. Blue, 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 red, red, or orange, 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 blue, 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 orange, orange.
That's what screwed up the studio.
And
that's what did it.
And seconds later, a different neighbor texted me and said, just, I had no idea you're such a big Knicks fan, bud. And I was like, I bleed blue and orange.
You know, you could have been like little Timothy Chalamet, the lovely Timothy Chalamet, who they pulled into the locker room. I guess the Knicks were like, hey, buddy, you've been spending buku dollars, just all of the piles of Scrooge McDuck money from Marty Supreme. You've been spending to show up at these Knicks games. Or, I don't know, maybe Ben
maybe you get the Ben Stiller deal.
Yeah, maybe you get the Ben Stiller free deal. They give the celebrities all the free stuff, right? And he gets pulled, I'm sure, by some of the Knicks players. They're like, we won. Come on, Chalamet. Come on. And then Chalamet goes into the locker room, and it's just champagne popping off everywhere and chaos. And I'm like,
so Chalamet traveled to Texas to be at the game then?
He must have. He was in the locker room, and they were hitting him with the champagne, and the victory party was on. It was quite a thing. And like I said, it really did kind of spread to the normie crowd that doesn't really get into sports. And I think that's the most interesting thing about this and the World Cup thing to me. People went nuts. And, you know, I have my little rants about fair weather fans and how all of a sudden all of the merch is selling out in the Knicks store. And, you know, your grandma who's never talked about basketball ever is now talking about getting a hoop outside the house and all of that stuff. But you can't help smile a little bit and just be interested when you see things like this. Like, here are the streets right after the Knicks won, and everybody hits the pavement. They're all instant basketball fans, and they're all singing along. Here. Oh, my God. My world is just, you know, really getting rocked right now. Because we didn't have everything together in the studio, I also didn't plug in my laptop. Get that set. All right, here we go. Here it is.
That looks crazy.
There's got to be 100,000 people on the streets. Now, despite my problems with the lyrics to the Alicia Keys jam that you are hearing right now on the radio.
Wait, what is your problem with the lyrics to the Alicia Keys jam?
They don't make any sense, and it's stupid, and Concrete Jungle, That Dreams Are Made Of, is enough to make your average English teacher go into a room and place a shotgun firmly within the confines of their lips.
It's Concrete Jungle, Where Dreams Are Made Of.
That doesn't make any sense. Concrete jungle where things are made. That doesn't know.
That Dreams Are Made Of would have made more sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But it doesn't matter because everybody's out there. They're on the streets in New York. They're all fans all of a sudden. I mean, there's people everywhere. Somebody says it's like maybe 10,000 people. Okay, it might be 10,000 people right here. But everybody came outside. There was absolute pandemonium.
This was more than just banging the pots and pans for the first responders. This was huge.
True. Yeah, it was big. It was a whole big thing. I got a lot of clips on that. I want to talk about the lunatics smashing up the school buses, and you know, there's just a lot of different stuff we need to get to, and we will absolutely during the show today.
May or may not have cranked that song at my house after the game was over. Just probably a little too loud for the sleeping baby. You know, the fever was spreaded, man.
How is this getting everybody roped in? I don't understand it. Everybody all of a sudden becomes a basketball fan.
I had friends that were fans, and they were excited. So it was contagious. I got excited for them.
How many basketball games did you put on television at your house all season long?
5 maybe.
Okay, that's better than I thought. I thought you were going to say 0.
No,
I thought that was a 0 that we were going to get hit with there.
You forget the Magic, had a tiny shot at this for a split second here that everybody was getting excited about, and then they just dropped the ball epically when they had this really big lead, and they got super comfortable and then just blew it.
I only watch the stuff when it becomes like viral like this, and I had such fun watching all of the related things. There was moments that really are like all the issues I have with New York, which are many. I mean, New York is a state that needs a city in particular that needs a lot of help. And and is going the wrong way, I think, on quite a few things. But I can't help but laugh at New Yorkers, and not in like a Nelson from The Simpsons way, but like from just they're funny as hell sometimes. Like, for instance, Elmo tweeted out, okay, this is so funny to me. Elmo from Sesame Street. He tweeted out on June 3rd, Elmo hopes both teams have fun. All right. 24.6 million views. Elmo hopes both teams have fun. And there's 4 little basketball emojis. And they started hammering Elmo for this. And my favorite thing was at the celebrations on the streets, they had Elmo's head on a pike. They put Elmo's head literally on a pike, and it says traitor. And they were bringing Elmo through the city on a pike. And I'm like, you know what, New Yorkers, you guys, you never cease to make me laugh.
That's hilarious. That is incredible.
Like, somebody whipped this up. They were ready. They were straight up ready for this. And they said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out with my Elmo on a pike with traitor. Let's go Knicks, and just wander in the streets. And that was just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, there was so much of this.
Well,
that was funny.
Didn't Elmo follow up with something like he made some Knicks reference and he made some Spurs reference or something? I saw the comments on the one that you had pulled up where they're like, pick a side, Elmo. Don't be such a bitch.
Yeah, he said, okay. He said, Elmo hopes both teams have fun. And then he followed up, Knicks, Knicks. That last message, Elmo didn't mean to spur you on, which is still, he's both sides in it, which I don't think is really going to work for him. But actually, in a way, it did, because 24 million views on a Elmo post is kind of banger tweet territory.
Even though Sesame Street is pretty much in New York.
Yeah, is it really? Is that where Sesame Street is set, in New York?
I think technically yes, but like when they do stuff that's outside of the regular Sesame Street set, like they go places, they're driving through New York. They're driving through Gramercy Park. New York is a part of Sesame Street, I think. So the people that were telling Elmo, like, hey, you're calling him a traitor, I think it was funny putting his head on a pike, but also they had it made a little bit of sense.
You're right. I just looked it up. Yeah, Sesame Street is in New York City, and this is your home team. Are they so worried over there about picking a side? Wow, that's how you get on a pike. That's how you get your head on a pike. That's just how it happens. But again, lots more to get into. We'll get into the UFC stuff. We'll get into the musician Oliver Tree, who died over the weekend in a shocking accident. You've heard him on this show many a time. I have like 4 or 5 Oliver Tree rejoins.
Play one right now.
I can't play anything right now. Drop Slinger is R.I.P., okay? How was I supposed to know if I closed out a few things on one of the 5,000 computers in this studio?
I just don't know what you did to the network. Why can't I get onto any of these computers?
I don't know, okay? I don't know. I didn't do anything to do with that, all right? Everything's fixed. Austin got it all zipped up and fixed up. We're fixed. However, still seems to be some lingering issues. So what we're going to do is we take a quick break. We're going to figure out what's going on so we can get all the wheels filled back up with the proper amount of tire pressure and air. And we have a fun show for you today. I want to talk about, when we come back, this Netflix documentary that is rocking people's worlds. And I mean rocking people's worlds right now. Wait till you hear this. I'll play some mind-blowing clips from it for you and get you all set up. We'll get into UFC, World Cup, the bungee thing, and everything on a busy show today. And that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. Looking at some morning traffic on I-4 in the Orlando area for those who need to travel by the major attractions exits this morning. Looking at a good ride right now for those who need to take the Beach Line or the Greenway today. No major delays north or southbound this morning for those traveling on Florida's Turnpike. If you see any major traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Pro-Life Across America.
Hi, I'm Angie. Did you know a billboard can save a baby's life? It's true. You can make a difference by helping us spread the pro-life message to reach those who are struggling with an unplanned pregnancy. Please make a gift today. Visit prolifeacrossamerica.org.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena, streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
And you can be there
For a weekend full of superstar performances.
Are you ready?
Once-in-a-lifetime moments you'll have to see to believe.
We're getting this party going, huh?
Only limited single-night tickets remain. Get yours while you still can now at AXS.com. And we'll see you at our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One.
Tired of spending a fortune on gas just to get to work? What if the next home you buy could save you money every single week by cutting down your commute? At WeAreBeyondTheBank.com, we share smart home buying tips like finding a home closer to work, competing with cash buyers, and becoming a stronger buyer in today's market. And here's the best part. Become a social media follower at We Are Beyond the Bank for your chance to win a $100 gas card. Follow us today and learn how to buy smarter at WeAreBeyondTheBank.com. That's WeAreBeyondTheBank.com. NMLS ID number 421593.
iHeartMedia presents the Fresh from Florida Groceries Giveaway. 50 lucky winners will each receive a $100 grocery voucher to indulge in Fresh from Florida goodness. Enter to win at iHeart.com/freshfromflorida.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Are you looking for information on a reverse mortgage or HELOC? It's so easy to get a quote at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thatmortgageguydon.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are solving the unsolvable. Our transplant experts are using new technologies like machine perfusion to increase the number of usable organs, reduce waiting times, and allow more patients to receive life-saving liver, heart, kidney, and lung transplants. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Listen to Real Radio in your smart home. Just tell Alexa to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
You could win once-in-a-lifetime can't-buy artist experiences at the brand-new iHeartRadio Theater Orlando, powered by Sunwave Energy. We're talking VIP access, exclusive performances, and unforgettable moments. Enter now for your chance to win at XL1067.com.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250 micro to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
The biggest FIFA World Cup ever has started.
The most goals the United States have ever scored in a World Cup game.
The only place to hear the action for free is iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026
live. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Just search World Cup.
Don't miss Team USA's next match Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern against Australia.
The world is listening. Are you?
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Travel. That's travel. Enter it now. Radio.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
Newsroom. So good to see you. So good to be with you. Guess what? Good news incoming. I knew it would just be a matter of time. Just a matter of time. Everything is up and running, everybody. That's right. We're good to go.
I almost am scared to say it out loud.
Yeah, just say it. Just push yourself.
Everything is great.
Everything is perfect. We're good. We're all good to go. We got everything up. The AC works in the studio. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful Monday. We hope you'll join us with some dispatches, emails, and all the rest. Now, we did a lot this weekend, Courtney and I did. Well, one of the things we did when we had a little bit of downtime was we caught up with this or watched this new documentary on Netflix. I think it's the number one thing on Netflix right now.
I was so pissed when you texted me about this because if anybody remembers from Friday, there was a little bit of an issue at the end of the hot sheet where I had, instead of printing out all the stuff that's coming out on streaming, that I had gone through and narrowed down and crossed out a whole bunch of stuff that I thought was going to be not as interesting. Mm-hmm. I had come up with like a couple things and the show you're about to talk about. And then I hit print on the wrong set of pages. So I had none of that when I went to actually read it. And I totally forgot about this documentary that I was like, this is the next one we're going to start talking about, just like Mackenzie Shirilla, just like we got into all those other, the one with the mom where she was catfishing her own daughter. Like I was like, this is the next one that we are going to dive headfirst into because it's just so interesting. And I think when I was reading the synopsis, it was like, yeah, there's no plot twist. It's just crazy. Like it doesn't need one.
Courtney told me about 4 or 5 weeks ago, maybe longer. She's had this on her calendar. She goes, I want to watch this when this drops on Netflix. We like to watch documentaries and docuseries, and we've watched pretty much everyone that exists out there, right? The good, the bad, and the ugly. And she goes, there's a documentary, and here's how she sold it to me. She goes, it starts with a woman who gets pulled over and she has a baby on her lap, an infant, a newborn infant. And it's like a bloody newborn infant on her lap when she gets pulled over. And she says, and then the documentary is about where did she get the baby from? And I go, what? All right. Oh, and I go, you know what? I think I might have remembered talking about that story on the show when it happened.
See, a lot of times these come up and I do remember talking about them. I remembered the crazy mother who catfished her own daughter. I remember a lot of these things. I remember the guy that stole the plane when we talked about that when it first happened. This one escaped me, I think. I don't know. I don't remember.
Blacked it out.
I don't remember talking about a woman who told the cops she just gave birth in the car and then needs hospital attention. And the doctors went, there's no way you just gave birth in this car.
Yeah, so this is called Maternal Instinct, and it's got a lot of people talking, a lot of people just posting WTF on social media, like, You watch this Maternal Instinct documentary on Netflix, and then you just stop, and your jaw is on the floor,
Facebook,
and you just go to social media, and you go, "What did I just watch there?" Now, I don't want to spoil all the ins and outs of this, but they have some really good body cam footage or footage recorded from the hospital, and one of the things that was really, really interesting to me was watching them as they tried to confront this woman. They're like, where did this baby come from? It's an infant. Where did you get this infant from? Here's just a little snippet from Maternal Instinct on Netflix that a lot of people are talking about after this weekend.
There's something wrong for them bringing me over here.
You gave birth to this child?
Yes. We're just making sure.
What's the doctor going to find when he comes in and checks you?
It looked like she had a baby.
The doctor said it doesn't look like she had a baby. So, like, the doctor literally goes under the hood and takes a look. And as you might imagine, you know, a doctor can see if a baby just exited from your body. A doctor can tell those things. And Doc goes, this woman didn't just have a baby. And they go, well, hold on. Well, how does she have an infant with her?
He could
if
also
she didn't have a baby.
He could also probably look at maybe the car and go, well, because that was her claim, right? She told the cops she just had a baby in this car.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And, you know, there's other stuff that happens after the initial birth. You know,
she was in the hospital. They brought her over to this room, and she's like, is something wrong? What's going on? And they said, is this your baby? Did you have this baby? And she goes, yes, of course. Why are you even asking me this? The doctor checks, and the doctor, you just heard him there say, she didn't just have a baby. This woman did not just have a baby.
It looked like she had a baby.
It doesn't?
No.
Okay. It's mine! They've done an ultrasound and HCG, and it doesn't show that she's been pregnant.
Where's she?
She is in the room. Do not let her out that door.
Maternal Instinct. And I don't know why that this woman, whether she was security at the hospital or what she was, but she was recording, and she got a lot of this great footage behind the scenes of this woman in Maternal Instinct. And the whole thing kind of becomes about, okay, I don't think I'm ruining anything here. I'm not spoiling anything. It's a documentary, for God's sake. But the overall arc of the documentary is this woman tells her boyfriend that she's pregnant, right? She tells her boyfriend that she's pregnant. And there are many, 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 many people in her life, and many, many people at like health institutions, hospitals, clinics and stuff that know for a fact that this woman is not pregnant. She's telling everybody she's pregnant. She's having gender reveal parties. She's filming all this stuff. She's got a belly. She's doing all the things that you do when you're pregnant. But there's many people in her life who go, I know she's not pregnant. But they couldn't say anything because
why not?
Of HIPAA laws.
Oh.
So these people, there were doctors that said, I know without a shadow of a doubt that this woman is lying to all these people and she's not pregnant, or she's not pregnant right now. They said, I know for a fact. I know because we did a hysterectomy on her. She cannot get pregnant. We know. But the family members were like trying to research and call around. And when they would call like a clinic and they go, hey, you went there. She says that she's pregnant. Is she pregnant? And they'd go, well, she's a patient, so we cannot divulge patient information to you.
Wait, so you can, I guess you can get an appointment at an OBGYN for an ultrasound without being pregnant?
I guess so. And they couldn't say anything. What they did, though, and this was kind of an interesting thing where I said, is that a violation of HIPAA law? When family members and other people would call and they go, I don't know, something seems wrong. I don't know if she's really pregnant. And they'd call and they go, did you see this woman? Is she indeed pregnant? They'd go, we can't tell you because of HIPAA laws. But I would say, trust your gut. They would say, keep digging. And I thought, is that not like a HIPAA violation?
It does seem kind of violating.
Yeah, in and of itself. And then they were filming her. Like they film her. She's at the hospital. She's there. And they film her in the hospital gown doing all these tests and stuff. And, even then I go like, this feels like they shouldn't be able to record that either. But I guess because she's, involved in a crime here, your rights as a person in the hospital, your HIPAA rights and stuff evaporate. And it becomes like part of the case against you. But it's just so crazy. Now, I don't know if you guys are into this like I am, but when there is a particular type of BPD woman, bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, whatever you want to shake at it, right? More often than not, it's borderline personality disorder that strikes in the hearts of some of these crazies. And if there's a person like this, I don't know if it affects women more than men or what. I see a lot of women who are kind of like this. But when somebody has borderline personality disorder and they are also a compulsive liar, you get sort of a Casey Anthony situation. Mm-hmm. Casey Anthony told everybody, don't worry, Kaylee Anthony is with the nanny. And she said, why is everybody freaking out? And mom's like, I haven't seen the baby in months. What's happening here? Where is Kaylee? She's like, stop freaking out. She's with Zanny the nanny, And she told this whole big lie. And she would lie nonstop. And then Casey Anthony told the lie that I talk about all the time. When I talk about, the end of the road, the end of the hallway. Casey Anthony was talking with the police, and they said, well, where have you been? She's like, work. And they said, well, where are you working? And she goes, I work at Universal Studios. And they said, we talked to Universal Studios, and they said you didn't work there. And Casey Anthony says to the cops, she says, well, I do work there. That's ridiculous. I don't know why they would say that. And the cops go, would you like to take a ride over there? And she goes, of course I'd like to take a ride over there. I work at Universal Studio. Why are you being ridiculous? The cop goes, okay, get in the car. Mm-hmm. And they get in the car, and the cop goes, you sure that you work at Universal Studios? She says, yes, stop doing it. I work at Universal Studios. Okay, we're driving to Universal Studios. They put it in drive, and the cop starts driving down the road. You sure you want to go? Yes, of course I do. We're going to work. They get...
you think this is exciting for the police officer that gets to be yeah?
Yes, it would be for me too. I'd be like, all right, you want to keep going? And they said, oh, so when we're now on Universal lot. The cop pulls in and says, she's an employee here. I'm taking her to her job. She goes, yeah, I'm just going in here, checking in. I'm an employee. And they stop at the building. And the cop goes, this is the building you work in? She goes, yes. Okay. You want to take me in the building? Casey Anthony goes, yeah. All right, I'll take you in the building. Cop opens the door. My desk is right over here. And he's following her, and they twist and turn through all these hallways. And eventually she gets to a hallway that ends, and Casey Anthony turns around and she says, I lied. I don't work at Universal Studios. And the cop is like, ha-ha! I got you. And the most
like Costanza driving to that place in the Hamptons.
Yeah, the most insane thing about these borderline personality disorder types is that they start to buy into the delusion. This woman was so deep into a lie about her being pregnant that she ended up with somebody else's newborn baby. And how they got to all of those things, I'll let you find out if you watch Maternal Instinct over on Netflix. But it's even worse than Casey Anthony. It's like taking that lie as far as you can possibly take that lie. And Courtney and I started talking about, if you've ever met somebody in your life who is a compulsive liar and what that's like and the ease with which those people can lie. And Courtney's like, that's like the opposite of how you operate. Because I told her a long time ago, I said, there is one key strategy in radio that I have used always and forever. And that is just tell the truth. All right? Tell the truth. If you want to put a little flair on a story or something, that's one thing. But tell the truth. If you tell the truth and all the things that you're doing as a radio host, you will never have this cringe moment where somebody pushes back and they're like, hey, you said this. This guy's a big phony. And then all of a sudden, your career crumbles down around you because you've started lying about things. And I said, operating in the world of truth is so much less stressful.
Oh, yeah.
Than operating in a world of lies. But these people, often people with borderline personality disorder, they are so... One of the women in this goes, I don't know how she didn't just carry a binder around with her all the time. Like a 3-ring binder that would tell her about all of the lies that she has.
So she didn't cross them?
Yeah. Sort of like we talked about, Celine, the people who ran The Office had the book.
The Bible, yeah.
The Bible, yeah, the Bible, you're right. The people who ran The Office had the Bible, and in it, they had every character and everything about them and everything about the show.
Everything that they've ever, like, said on the sly, like, just in passing, like, oh, I had an uncle who worked in textiles or something like that. And you're like, you got to write that down so that somewhere in the future, either we can revisit this little thing and it'll be a fun, throwback, like in Parks and Rec when she goes on the date with who's the guy from Smartless?
Jason.
No, not Bateman. Will Arnett.
Will Arnett. Job. Yeah. Joe Bluth.
She goes on the date with Will Arnett, and he is a he does MRIs or something like that. He does imaging. He's like, you've never had one, and he like sneaks her into his office and gives her an MRI, and he's like looking at her, her downstairs, and goes,
yeah.
Oh yeah, this is quite the oven you got here. You could probably do triplets first shot. And that was season 2, and then like at season 7, they go, hey, remember that triplet joke? We're paying it off right now. She's having triplets.
Right. So it's become so complicated. You have to have this Bible, this binder to remember all of the things in your story. And these people who lie like this, I don't know how they keep it together.
Do you think, now, it's weird to think that a doctor would purposely break HIPAA law for something like this, but like you're also a doctor. The reason you're doing this is because you care for people and you want to contribute to the betterment of their lives, right?
Yeah.
And so like this person is seriously screwed in the head, and there is a tiny law that is preventing me from saying something to their family which could prove really, really helpful. But because she hasn't broken a law yet, because she hasn't put somebody, herself or somebody else in danger, I can't tell you that your crazy cousin is not pregnant at all and just keeps coming to my office.
And they know that and weaponize it. So they know, they're like, these people all know and could blow up the fact that I'm not really pregnant right now. But because of like HIPAA laws, they can't do it. So I can lie to all these people almost with impunity.
Do you think that there's any part of those doctors that weigh like, okay, say I did tell their family that she wasn't pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think a woman in this condition has the funds to sue me for this?
Yeah, I mean, probably not.
You know when the store owners used to like post up the names of people who write bad checks? Because they're like, if they're writing bad checks, they can't afford to sue me for this. So they would just name and shame the bad check writers.
Well, let us know the biggest lie you've caught somebody in, all right? I want to know that because this is a big, fat lie, all right? And again, I won't tell you all the ins and outs so that when you watch Maternal Instinct on Netflix, you'll be surprised by some of this stuff. But it's shocking in every possible way, the lengths to which this human being went to try to get away with a lie. And I've told this story real quick before break many times on this show, but, I've encountered a lot of people like this. Borderline personality disorder, compulsive liars, all these types that are very strange people. They're very poisonous. If you encounter one of them, run, okay? Run. I had somebody very close to me who was dating a person who clearly to me from a mile away had borderline personality disorder. And I said, please, if you listen to anything that I ever tell you, run as far away from this person as you possibly can. Thankfully, that ended up happening. At some point, thankfully, that ended up happening. But I told the story long ago of used to go to this bar. And at the bar, we used to see this bartender like every day. Nice guy. And we would sit down and he'd be like, hey, how you guys doing? And then we'd be like, good, how you doing? And he'd say, oh, God, my fiance's mom, she lives at this trailer park and she is so crazy and obnoxious. And we had to spend the weekend with her. And we were like trying to make Thanksgiving dinner together. And we just do not get along with her. And the next time he'd come, he'd be like, oh, did you run into the mother-in-law again? And he'd be like, oh, God, here's the thing. She just got cancer. And, like now, I hate to say it, but I'm kind of excited. And so I'm saying so many twists and turns in this story. We go to the bar one day. We go, where's this guy? Where's the bartender? And they go, oh, quite the story. Well, did he ever tell you a story about having his fiance? I'm like, yeah, fiance, like but mother-in-law,
crazy mother, yeah,
like all like the whole web of people, and they go, he made all that up. He's not dating anybody. He doesn't have a fiance. None of those stories were true. He was just lying about everything in his life, and it got so weird that we had to fire him. Because it was like we unwound these lies and we found out like everything in this person's world they were lying about. And when they are so deep into those lies, like so deep that you're trying to make people think that you have a baby in your belly, so deep that you are telling people that, all right, I'm going to the hospital, I'm going to give birth. Well, you'll do just about anything to try to get away with that, won't you? And that's where you find Maternal Instinct on Netflix. For those of you who saw it, chime in, let us know what you think. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com or send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. When we come back, we'll get into a little bit more of the chaos in New York that happened after the Knicks win. We still have to get to the UFC stuff. And we got Amy Kaufeld at the top of the hour. I'm excited about that. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Monday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting about a 50% chance of afternoon and evening scattered showers and thunderstorms. Heavy pockets of rain will be possible. Not everyone will see the rain, though, as we head throughout the afternoon and evening, but temperature.
Hello! Can you hear me? Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Sorry for the limped out the gate start. Sorry for the drama off the jump. But I think we're good now. I stand in a path of frosty air conditioning, so that's checked off thanks to Mills Air. The Mills Air tech, Eduardo, I believe, was here and helped me out and got me up and running. So that's done. The network is all fixed. Everything is back where it was. C-Lane's able to get to everything from HQ. We're back in business. We're back in business. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, Jason. Hey, Sun State John. Hey, Barbara. I have a friend who used to take other people's stories and tragedies and tell them as their own. I found out by accident after my cousin's son was in an accident. We had a mutual acquaintance who told me about it, but it was as if it was our friend's family. Not only does that not surprise me, that's exactly what this woman did in the Maternal Instinct movie. She would take other people's tragedies and stories and then make them her own, which maybe that makes it easier for people to remember the lies if you take somebody else's story. Here's the question I couldn't really answer. Schoolmikers. The question I couldn't really answer was, Courtney said, why? She goes, why do they do it? Why do they lie? People like this who are like these compulsive liars. She says, is it because they don't think they're interesting? Is it because they're trying to manipulate people? And I said, I think it's just like larger than that. I think it's a mental compulsion on the level of like a mental disorder in these people. I don't think it's as simple as they're just trying to seem interesting. But give me your theories. Why do people like that? Why do they lie? To be interesting? To get attention? Because they're like mentally ill and they've got a compulsion to do it? What do you think? 90 seconds and we're back. It's a symptom, just rewriting their life for significance and sympathy? Yes. But why? It sounds like you're on the same page I am, probably, with like, this is like some sort of mental issue that these people are having. Dopamine is involved. Some people just like telling lies, telling sweet little lies. I thought it was weird she was having so many crazy things happen until I recognized the story and I was like, wait a minute? Yeah. I mean, that's crazy, but it's real. And that's what happens. A lot of people find out they're getting lied to like this. Definitely mental disorder connected. I mean, it seems that way to me. I'm not an expert on this by any means, but that's the only way I can explain it. Why you would just risk everything. All right, we're coming back.
LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock. Promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Shop DeWalt deals at Lowe's. Get a free Select DeWalt 20-volt max power tool when you buy a Select 20-volt max 5AH battery kit 2-pack. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Before your child goes to a friend's house, there are a few things you probably ask.
Will there be an adult home? Do you have any pets?
These conversations feel normal.
And one more thing. Do you have any unlocked guns in the home?
That conversation should feel normal too. Gun injuries are the leading cause of death for children and teens in the U.S. We can all agree that shouldn't be the case. Let's agree to agree. Talk to other parents. Talk to your child. Just talk about gun safety. Learn more at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Need a new roof or windows? Visit hbnusa.com.
Radio 104.1.
Your front row seat to the most viral stories in the world. This is the...
Yeah, thanks for being here. It's a Monday. We're pulling through together. Learn more about this show. Go over to the website, which shouldn't shock you to learn. It's over at thenewsjunkie.com. Well, it was a big win for the Knicks, and that meant people had to party and celebrate and do the fun stuff. And then also, of course, there had to be a crazy minority of lunatics who just want to ruin things and light school buses on fire and break people's taxi cabs in the middle of the street. I saw this guy in New York, this taxi cab driver. His car is surrounded with Knicks fans. They're on the roof smashing this guy's roof, destroying his taxi cab. And the guy's just like throwing his hands in the air. Like, what am I going to do? Oh, this is it. They've decided that they're going to break stuff because why? Well, like in most cases, because they think they can get away with it. And we'll get to that. But first, one of the clips I wanted to play for you was, this is kind of fun. Air traffic control was getting into the Knicks victory.
Okay.
On both sides. First, it was them departing from San Antonio. And I guess they were partying so hard in the team plane to get the Knicks back to New York. They were partying so hard that you could hear them on the air traffic control.
Was Chalamet on the plane with him?
I don't know if he was still there. Chalamet's like, I'm just with you guys. He's just with the team all the time. Here's the air traffic control audio.
Tower for departure, 2555 Delta 8938. Delta 8938, read back correct. And if you can, tell those guys congratulations. Enjoy the moment. Oh, they're enjoying it back there. You probably can hear them. They're having a good time, man. Yeah, we'll pass it on. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I can hear them back there, but just want to let them know before they all fall asleep. We'll do for sure. Yeah, the plane's rocking, and it's they're having a party.
You can just hear like, rah, rah, robble, robble, robble. All of these Knicks fans, or Knicks players, I guess, who are partying on the plane. And the craziest thing to me was they said the plane was like rocking around in the air from the players in the back, just going crazy side to side. And the pilot's like, this thing is bouncing around back here.
I would not like that.
No, I would not be a fan. I didn't even know that was a possibility. You're partying so hard, the plane's like getting turbulence as a result of it.
Could you imagine? It's been 50 plus years since you've brought an NBA championship to New York City.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Game 5. You do the thing in San Antonio. You beat the Spurs. You party so hard on the plane that you don't make it home.
The plane falls out of the sky, crashes. You're like, son of a bitch. This is what we were fighting for all these years, and then nothing.
The front office is like, well, the next season's going to be a rebuilding season. We're rebuilding the entire team because they got so hammered on the plane and partied so hard that they bounced it right out of the damn sky.
Yeah, okay, we're back on a plane. I get it, everybody. I understand. Fine. I get, like, all emotes and emojis in the chat on back on a plane. I get it. We are. You can play the song if you want. Yeah,
and it's fine. My drop slingers was busted like yours.
Oh no, yours is not really. Oh, no, mine's perfect.
It's a tough story as long as it flies. This next clip is wild and insane, and as you might have guessed, we're back on a plane.
There we go. They were arriving in New York, and the same thing happened.
8938, fly over the Verrazano Bridge, up the Hudson, the statue, and all the good stuff in New York.
Copy that. Over the Verrazano and continue up the Hudson, Delta 8938. Thanks.
Please let the guys know New York Tracon, LaGuardia Tower, Kennedy Tower, maybe even Newark Tower, Westchester Tower. We're all on about 3 to 4 hours of sleep, but as happy as we could ever be. Congrats.
Yeah, for sure. They finally settled down about 30 minutes ago, but before that, there was a pretty excited bunch back there.
I believe it. We're all excited here. We're on our second box of coffee already this morning. Go
They're all like, I love this, right? Like, how fun is that?
Hey, is anybody concerned by that? I get it. It's cool, right? No, it's cool. It's cool. The Knicks just won the championship. Hey, we're really proud of them. Anybody concerned by the fact that all of the towers in New York are on 3 to 4 hours of sleep?
The pilots, the towers, everybody was watching this damn game, and nobody's got any sleep. Like, yeah, this is second pot of coffee's going already. Oh, guys, maybe you shouldn't have done this. Is there a plane that's going to drop into the Hudson later as a result of you being asleep at the wheel here?
Like, I'm kind of glad that they buttoned it up in 5 and it's not going any longer because I have loved ones going to New York tomorrow and I need the people to be awake.
Yeah, let's get them back into gear, I would think. But there you go. That's how they were handling this on air traffic control. Let's see what else we need here. It just gets out of control. I hate when they do this kind of stuff, when they just light stuff on fire. Here's a school bus just completely engulfed in flames. Now, you might ask yourself a legit question, Sean, why is there a school bus in the middle of New York City in the middle of the night? And I think the reason for that is they were using the school buses to bus people in for the watch parties in New York City. They had all these watch parties, and they were using the school buses to offer transportation for everybody.
I was going to say it's summer. Well,
yeah.
Summer break, there shouldn't be any school buses.
So they figured, hey, there's always got to be somebody to pee in the punch bowl. They figured, hey, what we're going to do here is start ripping the school buses apart, light them on fire, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what some of these folks ended up doing. And obviously that's just absolutely horrible behavior. I know that they said they are searching for at least a handful of people who were involved in all of this. They arrested 63 people. There was 1 shooting and 4 stabbing. 10 cops were injured. 10 cops injured in the melee of all this stuff. So they went wild, and they should do this every time. Let people have fun. Let people go hog wild. But the truth of the matter is, everybody that's doing crap like that, to jail. Off to jail. You want to light a school bus on fire? You want to break the cabbie's car and ruin his livelihood? You want to do all that? Off to jail. Don't care if you were celebrating the basketball team and you just got caught up in things. Don't care about it. Have fun. Put Elmo's head on a pike. Do those sorts of things.
Traitor.
The idea that they're like burning school buses is just so, God almighty. Everybody in the world knows how brain dead this is. But there you go. Yeah, I guess they set a lot of ratings records. 20.9 million viewers watching the Knicks overcome a 29-point halftime deficit to win at Madison Square Garden. And then Game 5, even more viewers, I believe, for the win there that clinched it.
Between the win for the Knicks and the USA game starting off the World Cup Friday night, I think there was a lot of records that got set, or at least reached.
Yeah. I mean, I got swept up in it a little bit. Clearly, C-Lane got swept up in it. We know what happened there. I mean, they got put the Knicks lights on the outside of his house, for God's sake. So he was obviously swept up in it. Everybody kind of got into it, and that was fun. That's a fun thing. We got to take a moment every once in a while and celebrate the fun things that are happening. You never know when it's going to be over. And this, like, this weekend, I can count on one hand, maybe two at the most, with as close as I follow news. It's frustrating to people around me because you're never, ever in your life going to tell me about a story as it's breaking before I know about it. Right? I've got a setup that has worked brilliantly over the years. You're never going to tell me about a breaking story unless I was like in a movie theater or something and I'm just coming out and catching up with what was happening.
I think even then you're probably still getting updates.
A lot of times I'll peek. I'll be like, oh, what do we got? Okay, all right. This is what I do. I just stay on top of this stuff. And this weekend was one of those like handful of times where my jaw hit the floor and I was like, what? And I left Courtney probably frustrated with me because she's like, you know something, tell me what it is. I know that you know something, tell me what it is. And there was definitely a piece of news that happened like that this weekend. We're going to get into that next hour. We'll, of course, talk with Amy Caulfield, our friend Amy Caulfield. She's going to join us next here on the show. And we have so much more as a Monday rolls on. So stick with us, all right? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Monsters, News Junkie, and Jim Colbert Show, all broadcasting live from Mount Dora, July 3rd. Happy birthday, America.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's an accident on Huey Avenue traveling southbound at Amelia Street. Expect some delays. 2 left lanes there are blocked. Another crash.
Hello! It is now.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
And Zoom should be all sorted out. Fingers crossed.
Prepare to become an LPN. Classes are now offered on weekends.
Okay, good. We're going to talk about that Japan game this weekend. We're going to talk more about the World Cup stuff. Meeps, I heard that too. I'm not sure why they are getting a little ahead of themselves. I talked to Jack about this. I was like, should we cancel this live broadcast? I said, I don't have a deal. I don't have, I don't know that I'm going to have a deal before that event. What should we do about this? And Jack's like, I'm just running with it. I said, your confidence level is higher than mine, sir. Or something of that nature, I said. All right. We are connected with Fox 35. They're on the grid. Amy is not there yet. She will be shortly.
When was the last time solar was this affordable? Try before 2020. Solar Source is... Hello. Rewind it back.
Yes! We have audio, connections restored. Everything is working. Studio at 100%. Thank God. All right. So we got Amy in 2 minutes. Amy just blamed Austin. Amy's like, Austin. The shocking update was probably that bungee jumping fail, Brazil, right? It is not, but we'll talk about that. And I have some thoughts on this whole bungee jumping viral death story. I have some thoughts that I want to get out. Got a bit of a rant cooking on that, I would say. I told you killing that spider live on the air was bad luck. True. True. Hey, how many of you on Friday said that the war in Iran would not end? A lot of you. A lot of you said this was not going to be the end of the war. But now, it looks like there's some sort of agreement to end the war in Iran. I saw the Strait of Hormuz just chock-a-block full of ships rolling through today. And it looks like maybe that's going to be a wrap. Have any of you changed your minds on whether or not you think the war with Iran is going to be over? Do you still not believe? Because a lot of you didn't seem to believe on Friday. But maybe. Although I'll get to it at some point, it doesn't seem like we made a spectacular deal here. It doesn't seem like we made a winner of a deal, but we'll get into that. Here we go.
Radio FIFA World Cup update.
Team USA opened the World Cup with a 4-1 win over Paraguay on Friday night. The U.S.'s 4 goals mark the most they've ever scored in a World Cup match.
Back to front, team goals this country and this team has ever put together.
The U.S. is back on the pitch Friday against Australia. Today's action includes Spain taking on Cape Verde and Iran facing New Zealand.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go, just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM, HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station guaranteed human. Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to the...
Such a pleasure to be with you in the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about the show and maybe even download the app for your iPhone or Android device over at thenewsjunkie.com. I've been waiting for a week for this moment. It is my favorite part of the week. C-Lane has said multiple times, we've been doing this for too long. Let's can the Amy Caulfield segment.
No, that is...
he said, I've had enough.
Horse hockey.
He's like, I know everybody on the world, on planet Earth, loves Amy Caulfield, but I don't. And I said,
you are out of your mind.
I said, shut your mouth. How dare you say that?
Poppycock.
She's a powerful broadcaster, and we're lucky just to be near her orbit. That's Amy Caulfield.
Yeah! I love you guys.
There she is, Amy Caulfield. How was your weekend?
Happy Monday.
Yeah, you too. How was your weekend? Anything fun going on? Anything exciting going on?
Let me tell you. So we went to Austin, Texas, Hill Country this past weekend for a family reunion, which was really fun. Until it was time to fly back yesterday.
All right.
So I was already kind of playing it a little on the dangerous side because our flight was leaving at 7 p.m. And you guys know when you do a morning show that you have to be back at a certain time in order to get enough sleep. So our 7 o'clock flight.
Not if you're an air traffic controller in New York, you don't.
No.
They were guys just watch the Knicks games all night. The second pot of coffee will be good to go.
Yeah, so you were cutting it close, huh?
A little close, but it was fine. I was going to get in at 11. I'm like, it's fine. I'll sleep an hour on the plane, and I'll still get 5 or 6 hours and make it to work on time. It'll be fine. So then the flight got pushed back to 8:30. Then the flight got pushed back to 9:30.
Oh no!
Then by the time we finally pulled out of Austin, it was 10:30. We pull into Sanford. We flew Allegiant. We pulled into Sanford at 1:45?
Yeah.
1:45, I think. 1:45 a.m. I can't remember now. I'm so tired. And then by the time I got home and got into bed, it was like almost 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, no. What time did you have to wake up?
Well, I did let my very kind and generous boss know that there was no way I was going to be able to pull off doing the 6 a.m. show. So I made it in time to do the 7 a.m.
Oh,
Thankfully, we have. But yeah, it was
God.
brutal. So I think I got maybe total last night, maybe 3 or 4 hours of sleep.
You can't keep doing this to yourself. I think you've got something inside you that drives you in a different way than most other people, because it's so easy to spend a weekend just chilling and relaxing, and you do not let yourself do it. You run hard. You're always moving and doing something.
It's too much. I need a break.
You probably
So anyway,
do.
but it was great. We had a good time. The Hill Country is beautiful. Austin's a fun little town. I mean, it's not really little.
Mhm.
It's a fun city. It's like I've not actually explored Austin much, and so if you've not been there, it's fun.
Yeah.
They have this like slogan. It's called "Keep Austin Weird."
Yeah. Austin
And I guess
Portland.
it is a little weird. It's quirky, but it's cool.
Yeah. What'd you do? Did you go to any any clubs? Did you?
No clubbing. It was a family reunion.
Oh, okay.
So no, we stayed on the lake. We went out on a boat, and the kids jet skied, and we did stuff like that.
Did anybody at the family reunion have too much to drink and then just lay out all their grievances against other family members? Because from my experience,
there was like a lot of everybody was pretty well behaved. There was a lot of sports watching, which I know you guys love. Of course, everybody was watching the NBA Finals and men's soccer, U.S. men's soccer. So that was like fun because everybody's kind of gathered around watching all the games. So and obviously it's crazy. Are you guys shocked at how big men's soccer is right now? And like all these Europeans who are just fascinating to watch as they make their treks across America.
I am having so much fun personally watching all of the World Cup stuff. And by that, I don't mean the games at all. I mean, literally just I love what's happening where my take on this, Amy, was that I think Americans are in so many ways jaded. I think Americans get real angry about things, and they're wrapped up, many of them, in politics. I think we forget how good we have it and how lucky we are to have the spawn point of the United States of America for all of America's issues. I think that we're still a great country. I think we really have a lot going for us. And the best thing in the world is I think these World Cup fans from Scotland and from Sweden and from, Ghana and from all over the world, these people, I think maybe some of them were operating on what they were hearing back from the media, what they were hearing people say online, and they probably got kind of like a bad taste in their mouth for America. And then when they go to America, they're like, wait, this is it? This is pretty cool, And I think when they get to America, they go, everybody's nice. They have really great things. Their food is fantastic. They're losing their minds over Cracker Barrel. I cannot. I love it. I absolutely love all that's happening there. And I think it's probably one of the best things that's happened for America's image in the last 10 years.
No, you bring up a very good point because I think you're right. I think there were people who were like, I'm not traveling to America. America's scary and all of these things. My camera just died, by the way. So sorry.
You're fine. Don't worry. We can hear you. Yeah, you're good.
But yeah, so yeah, but no, you're so right, Sean. I think you bring up a great point about that. And I think it's funny too. I saw somebody put together like an Instagram video of them walking around Europe. And she was talking about how here I am walking around Europe admiring all of these things that I knew I would love about Europe. And she goes, meanwhile, there are all these Europeans who are in my home country of America, and they're finding all these things to admire about my home country that I don't appreciate anymore. And it's it's funny how you don't really, it's kind of like you don't really know what you got till it's gone.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't really appreciate it until you see someone else appreciate it. And you're like, oh, wow. Okay. I guess my country is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's not about politics. It's about everything but politics, really. It's just about, I think that's the best way to put it, really. It's about not realizing what you have because you got used to it and you started fighting over it and you lost your passion for it. But other people see the grand diversity of not just people, but also the topographical diversity, the diversity of things you could see, and even just a day of driving across the United States of America, the scope and grandeur of it all is awesome.
Now, and
people are seeing that.
aside from all the Germans and Swedish that are discovering Waffle House for the first time, Sean was also following really closely. He was a little put off, I think, by the Scottish people and the number of bagpipes that show up when the Scottish arrive.
I don't. The Scots are a little loud for me. All right, I don't know if you have Scottish lineage at all.
I do. I'm actually. I'm like so. But I'm also like just a total.
Yeah, Sean, I've been drinking since 1 a.m.
Yeah, yeah. But I gotta tell you, it's funny. So one of my good friends was born in Scotland. He lives here now. He works for Fox, and he is just having the best time watching all these Scottish fans here. They are hilarious.
They are.
Some of the videos are so much fun. We had a guy on Good Day Orlando last week who was here from. I don't know if you guys saw this guy. He was here. He's here from England, and he was actually over in Tampa watching. I think the team is called Three Lions, and then he came over to Orlando to watch one of the games, and he was downtown Orlando at this like British like English pub.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see the guy with no shirt on?
No.
He was hysterical. And then he was like, they all have their own shtick. So he was going around to all these Central Florida landmarks. He went over to Kennedy Space Center. He took a picture of himself with no shirt on. That's his shtick, is no shirt.
Just being shirtless.
Of like the big NASA World, ball that's like right out in front of the visitors complex. I mean, hysterical, like so much personality, and everybody's following these guys. I've been having fun following Freddie LA7. He's the guy on Twitter.
The German
and
guy.
He just posted last night that JJ Watt, who's of course the famous football player, basically paid for this suite for him. It's like $150,000 a night suite, so that he could so. And he's posting about it, and he's just like, "What is happening? Like, America's the best country in the world. Like, it's just." I don't know. I think
he's kind of losing it a little bit, though. I think we need to dial it back. I think we're love bombing the German Freddie guy. Here's what happened, Amy. So he says, all right, we're making our way into Louisiana because he's cutting his way across the country for these World Cup games. And Freddie, this guy who's the link to his Twitter account is over on See It Now on the newsjunkie.com if you want to see what's going on. And he's been amazed by Waffle House and all these things. And he gets to the welcome sign for Louisiana. And it says, welcome to Louisiana. And then somebody put on the bottom, welcome, Freddie. We're so glad to have you here. And he's filming this. He's like, oh, my God, it's overwhelming. They're putting my name on the welcome sign. These people don't even know what I look like. We've never even showed his face as far as I know. So he sees his name on the welcome sign. And then he kicks on the radio, and he had said, oh, I'm listening to a lot of radio in America, and I really like this song. And the radio station he's listening to says, this one goes out to Freddie from Germany. We know you like this song, Cruising Around America. I think we might be doing too much. I think we're love bombing the foreigners a little bit too much.
We picked one guy to upgrade literally every single thing he does, and the rest of them are somebody's going to come back go back to Germany and go, hey, I'm the one that had the crap time. All right, I'm the one. I'm not Freddie. I'm not Freddie.
No, the Brits are wherever they are. The people from England, they got hit with like a tornado.
I love that the British guy's whole shtick is being shirtless. Like nobody told him about Bert Kreischer.
We already got one of those here, sir. What I love, though, I've decided. I love the fans from Japan. I think they're my absolute favorite in the United States for all things Japan. World Cup. The Japan fans, if you will, are my absolute favorite. And they're really, really sweet people. I love this moment. By the way, it started with just a genius question. The current state of modern journalism, I guess, started with a genius question. These people with Japan jerseys on, and they have bandanas on with the Japanese flag. And the question was,
where are you guys from? Where's everyone from?
Japan!
What do you think of America, of Texas?
Texas is good. Everything is big.
Yeah, Texas is good. Everything is big, he said. Now I'll tell you, while you had some of these goons in the street of New York City, and they were lighting school buses on fire to give a bad name to the rest of the Knicks fans just trying to celebrate peacefully. We had those folks out there. What do the Japanese people do? They're in the stadium for the World Cup, and they brought little trash bags, and they were picking up everybody's trash. from the whole Japanese section. All right? The world is healing. It's coming together right now. After the game ended, Japanese fans stayed in the stadium to collect all the paper and waste, this person says. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Here's another one from Freddie, the German guy. This is also insane. We found this when we got back to our room, and then somebody even sent cupcakes to our room. I genuinely don't understand how it got to this point. We're just normal World Cup tourists. And they gave them like all this merch and a spread of food and stuffed animals and cupcakes. And it was just like, I think we might be going too far. We're starting to United States of America.
We're love bombing.
We're coming across like that woman in Obsession. I don't know if you've seen that at the theaters yet.
I haven't. I saw Fatal Attraction though.
Yeah. Similar vibes there. Similar vibes. So I'm loving the Japanese folks. I think this is another one. This is another Japan fan right here.
Okay. I cannot speak English, but I'm excited.
That's so awesome.
I can't get enough of it. This guy, he learned just the right little bit. He learned just enough. He's like,
he reminds me of the German kid from Can't Hardly Wait, where they're like teaching him like, I am a sex machine.
He doesn't know too much, but he goes, I know just enough. Right?
Okay. I cannot speak English, but I'm excited.
Yeah. She's great too. The Fox 4 lady is like, I love it.
Is that what I sound like when I speak Spanish? Is that that the experience that people are getting?
Yep. Yo quiero
That's
World
fun.
Cup. Yeah.
Porque no los dos.
Man, it's just awesome, and I love to see this, and it's good vibes for the most part around it. Now, you're still going to have these weirdo America bad people who are like, I just can't get over it. I can't come together. Like that. What you're seeing here is the normies are rising up, and they're like, hey,
the normies.
Let's show the world a good time. Let's show them what our country's all about. They're amazed by some simple things, and this is what we got over here for you. And we'll just put this country on display in a positive way. That I think
you're
is
right,
great.
Sean. It is awesome to see. I got to say, one of my favorite things too about watching the Japanese clean up the stadium was seeing Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
of course, Floridians know Jameis because he was the quarterback for Florida State. He's a Heisman Trophy winner.
No, what do we really know him from, Amy? What do we really know Jameis Winston from?
Let me be honest with you. This guy has had a couple of, I would say speed bumps along the way in his career.
Right.
But I seriously love him now. Like, he's so much fun to watch. Like when they let him do like commentating, I just love him, and he's such a goofball, and he's just so much fun to be around. Anyway, I'm enamored with him. But he was actually in the stands with the Japanese fans, and he was cleaning up the stadium too. And I don't even think that he knew like there was a camera on him. And all of a sudden, it's like, wait a second, that's Jameis Winston? I mean, it's very cool to see that.
I gotta say, while this is all going on and there are good vibes up in the air, we could learn a couple of things from some of the other cultures, right? We could learn to like not all be main character syndrome. We could learn to like clean things up and be decent to each other and treat people decently and not tear everything down, and to have a little bit of shame. We could bring that back perhaps a little bit. And so, I mean, I'm over the moon about this. My positivity level on that is about as high as it can possibly be. I won't talk about the German fans yet because it's, we'll talk about that after Amy leaves. We won't talk about that in the presence of Amy Kaufeld.
Why, did something happen?
I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah.
I don't know anything about what happened with the German fans.
It's
what, do they all get naked or something? You're acting like, okay, all right, I'll shut up.
After Amy Kaufeld is with us right at the moment here. So we're glad to have you back. We're glad that we can.
You guys,
and
you can watch the next game. By the way, the men play 3:00 on Friday. They're playing Australia only on Fox.
Nice. That's a good get, right?
We're excited to have these FIFA games. It's really awesome.
Did you have to
crazy challenging?
Did you have to like cave to any of FIFA's crazy demands, like covering up your logos and any of that stuff? The posts from Levi's Stadium or not Levi's Stadium, whatever they're calling it, like San Francisco Stadium, or they had to cover up the logos because of the FIFA requirement.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's hilarious.
They did. My favorite part about it, C-Lane's right. They have been crazy about covering up all logos. In the VIP rooms and stuff, you see a spread of food, and all the logos are all taped over. They don't want anybody who didn't pay to get any kind of airtime here because, the airtime is pretty valuable. But at the Levi's Stadium, they covered up the logo, and the way they covered it up, Levi's changed their logo to the covered up version.
Oh my gosh, hilarious.
So Levi's on social media has changed their logo.
Oh, really?
They taped over it to hide Levi's, and they've changed their actual logo to that version.
That's
so
funny.
They can monopolize the moment here a little bit. Anyhow, that's all good and fun stuff. Hey, did you watch Maternal Instinct this weekend? We were talking about that a little bit. Amy, did you watch that? Or no?
I did not. No, because I was doing family reunion stuff.
Yeah, this isn't a family reunion.
But I heard it's really good. Like fascinating.
It's
Did you
it's
watch
a
it with
thing.
Courtney?
Yeah. And Courtney is so normie brained that she doesn't understand stuff like this, Amy. I have to tell her, says some people are just weird. She goes, why would people lie like this? Why would somebody do that? Why would they lie? And I'm like, some of these people are just sick in the head. And the woman from this Maternal Instinct documentary on Netflix, it's one of the top things on Netflix right now that we were talking about, is about as sick in the head as it gets. I'd encourage you guys to watch that. We'll talk about it a little bit more this week. But it has been
I'll
a pleasure.
watch it this week.
But when you watch it, don't think that it reflects on us for recommending it. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing.
I hear you.
Yeah, don't think it reflects on us. It just reflects on Sean.
Not me.
Just Sean.
There she is. Amy Caulfield from Fox 35.
Guys.
Make sure you're following her on all social media platforms. Every single one of them, that one, and all the rest. Amy Caulfield. Search for her name and watch her every single morning. If you're here locally on our home station in Orlando, watch Fox 35, Good Day Orlando and the crew. Everybody else, there's no reason not to be following along. Fox35Orlando.com. And we'll see you next week, Amy.
Thanks, you guys. Love you. See you soon.
Love you too.
She is the best. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll tell you the story that I saw the breaking news on it this weekend, and my jaw was on the floor, and Courtney's like, come out with it. What? Tell me. You're not telling me. And it kind of rocked my world, but we'll discuss what happened. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Accident blocking 2 left lanes.
Breaking news. The United States and Iran have just signed a memorandum of understanding to end the war in Iran. They're saying it's over. They're saying it's over. The United States and Iran have just signed a memorandum to end the war in Iran. Now, I will tell you flat out, if we didn't get a legit agreement on 2 things here, 2 things. If we didn't get a legit agreement that the Strait of Hormuz will not be blocked continually, that Iran won't weaponize the Strait of Hormuz in further instances like this with them and any other regional opponents, if we didn't get a deal on ensuring that the Strait of Hormuz is safe travel and open for everybody around the world, and if we didn't get an agreement that Iran will stop developing nuclear weapons, then what the hell was this all about? It looks like we have removed sanctions, or are in the act of removing sanctions from Iran. It looks like we are unfreezing their money that is a result of sanctions frozen in banks all around the world, probably to the tune of about $100 billion. Keep that in mind. We're giving the world's biggest state sponsor of terror $100 billion fund injection and removing sanctions. If we didn't get, I'll repeat myself, a deal on keeping the Strait of Hormuz open and safe, if we didn't get a deal
to stop their pursuit of nuclear weapons and stop sort of an end of the world scenario in the Middle East, then what the fuck were we doing?
Solar Source Price Rewind event. They're offering a free 2020 pricing deal you may never see again. No pressure, no gimmicks, just...
That's my question.
And for a limited time, Solar Source will honor any free 2020 solar electric quote while supplies last. Join the 70...
Was it the 72 little girls in the sewers in New York? Bro, what are you talking about? I'll look it up, but something tells me if there were 72 little girls found in the sewers in New York, that would have crossed my desk. 72 girls sewer. That's a risky search. Jewish schoolgirls get lost in New York Creek Tunnel. Anti-Semitism ensues online. Yeah, this is not a sewer. This is, I guess they did emerge from a storm drain. It says, when dozens of U.S. Jewish girls emerged from a storm drain in Nyack, New York on Wednesday after becoming lost on a school trip, local officials described the ending as a fortunate ending to a potentially dangerous situation. However, online it was anti-Semitic. They can't help it. Roaches and rats love the sewers, somebody wrote on Facebook. The Rockland Daily. Those tunnels were promised to them 3,000 years ago, somebody said. From the tunnels in Brooklyn to the tunnels in Nyack, the black coats never disappoint. Just a bunch of anti-Semitic nonsense. Yeah, I think that sounds like some girls were on a trip and they went into a tunnel and then they got lost. It seems like that. That's what it seems like to me. It doesn't seem like they discovered like 72 young girls being trafficked in the sewers or anything more nefarious. But thanks for the heads up. Headlines were deliberately suggesting they were hostages. That's weird, right? That's weird. I feel like one of the problems is there is very little social risk right now with just being openly anti-Semitic. Like, of all the things, to be just openly anti-Semitic under 100 different names, utilizing the incessant criticism of Zionism and other different tools to say the things that you won't just blatantly say. But even the people who are just blatantly anti-Semitic, there's never been a time to be just blatantly anti-Semitic so publicly better than this. There just hasn't been one. 2 minutes and we're coming back live. Wow, and I can't even get a decent price on gas? Well, I can assure you that if indeed the war in Iran is over, these gas prices should fall just as fast as they spiked, right? Yeah? I mean, I imagine oil prices are coming down. Like, these gas prices should fall just as fast as they spiked, right? We can count on that? 90 seconds. Oh, Sean, you sweet summer child. I'm a dreamer. I'm just a dreamer. 1 minute. Let's just be clear, anti-Zionism and anti-Israelism is not anti-Semitism. Sometimes it is, yeah. Like, literally, some of the big commentators in that world absolutely, positively, undoubtedly utilize criticism of Zionism as a way to criticize the Jews without saying the Jews. And when 95% or so of the Jewish populace believes that Jews have a right to exist, or that Israel has a right to exist, and that's Zionism, yeah, a lot of people use that as a way just to be outwardly anti-Jewish, anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is alive and well in that group, I think. Stand by.
Carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Joy is essential, and it's also elusive. But now, there's a new and exciting way to start your journey toward a more joyful existence. Joy 101. It's a new podcast hosted by me, Hoda Kotb. If you're craving inspiration to maximize your joy, tune into these candid, uplifting, and moving on-air chats. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Joy 101, and listen now. Joy 101 with Hoda Kotb is presented by CVS.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
Shocks me after all these years doing the news junkie thing. Not much really grabs my attention in that way where my jaw's on the floor, but it did this weekend. Every once in a while, I still see a news story where I go, oh my God, and it rocks my world. And that happened to be this weekend. And it was one of these moments where I get the push notifications coming in. I get these alerts from the million different places where I watch for news to break. And when I figure out what happened, it put two and two together. My world was rocked for a minute, and I couldn't convey what was going on because I was just like, oh, my God. I couldn't convey it to Courtney. And she's like, just tell me. Just tell me. This has happened a handful of times, right? Like, Trump assassination attempts every once in a while. You're like, oh, somebody just shot Trump, blew his damn ear off or whatever, nearly blew his head off. And you get those moments where, like, holy cow, when even I am shocked at the news that's coming across. Here's how it played out on Sunday. Courtney and I go to get breakfast. There's a great Hawaiian place that we like to go to locally. It's an awesome place. I love a Loco Moco. I don't know if you guys are into that.
I think I've enjoyed a Loco Moco before. Is that with you get the burger patty with the gravy and the rice?
And rice and an egg. It's like a Hawaiian breakfast. You can get Spam in there if you want.
Oh, yeah.
I love all of that stuff. That kind of food is right down the middle for me. And I love Hawaiian food. Like, there's a lot of different things that they have at this place that is great. And as we're sitting there, I'm getting these news alerts, as I am almost 24 hours a day. And I see that there was a story out of Rio. And in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, two helicopters had crashed into each other. Now, that's not the first story I'd seen about two choppers crashing into each other. This has happened before. I think one of the stories we've talked about over the years, there was two news choppers that crashed into each other. They were getting a little too close, trying to film something, and these kind of things have happened. When you hear about two choppers colliding, it really is one of those moments where you go, this seems pretty avoidable.
Seems
There's
hard to do, yes.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? There's two helicopters. Goal one, don't fly into each other.
Mm-hmm.
And yet it happens. It happens. So I see the story in Rio. These two choppers crash into each other. And then I was going to tell Courtney about it, but I said that this is not going to resonate with her. What does she care? In Rio, two helicopters crash into each other. Okay.
Courtney doesn't care about people dying.
She doesn't. No, not two choppers crashing into each other in Rio. But when we get back home, I see a breaking news notification. And in the notification, I knew something was off because it was from a news site, but it was about the musician Oliver Tree. And I go, well, if this was like a music source or anything else, I'd say, well, that's normal. But it's weird for a musician to be in a post like this. What's going on?
What was your first guess? If a news site says Oliver Tree, what's your first guess?
was that he was arrested, or there was something that happened with this guy, Oliver Tree. And I click it, and it was like Oliver Tree among the deceased after choppers crash into each other in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And I said, oh my God. Like, of all the people in the world, you never think this is going to be some musician that I'm aware of, some artist that I like, somebody that I know of. And I just saw that 2 choppers crashing into each other. And then it turns out to be this performer that Courtney and I both really like. We've gone to see him live before and really enjoyed watching Oliver Tree live.
Wasn't that the concert that made you feel really like old because you were the only person at the bar? You were the only one old enough to drink?
That was grandson, I think.
Oh.
I think I was grandson. That's happened to me a couple of times, actually. Indicator that I should stop going to concerts. But when we went for Oliver Tree, we went downtown and went to this venue, and we saw him perform. And a lot of you will who is this person? But in particular circles, this guy was really popular. He was very viral. He was an incredibly creative person, and he wrote some great songs. In fact, if you listen to this show, you know at least 3 or 4 Oliver Tree songs that I play as rejoins. Next rejoin, I'll play one, and you'll be like, okay, I've heard that. That's Oliver Tree. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if he was up to the hijinks that he's always up to, but he was somehow with a famous YouTuber in Brazil in one of these 2 helicopters.
For his first world tour.
And they crashed into each other, and he died. And then I saw afterwards, I go, oh, great, here we go. Somebody had recorded themselves stumbling upon the wreckage, and they were just pulling out stuff. They pull out some jeans, and I don't know, maybe those are Oliver Tree's jeans. Maybe those are his clothes. They grab a wallet that they found on the scene, and they start flipping through the wallet, and they're looking at stuff, and you see the wreckage all over the place. And they just crashed these 2 choppers into each other. One had Oliver Tree. I don't know if the YouTuber guy, this
Gatsby?
Yeah. I wasn't familiar with him because obviously I don't think he's an English language YouTuber, but
he's Argentine.
Yeah, he's big. He's got millions of subscribers apparently on YouTube,
along with an Argentine director and screenwriter and a Brazilian music producer.
Yeah, and so it just freaky that happened. And those of you unfamiliar should check out his music because I like him a lot, or did. And it just reminded me, like, this guy's been grinding for all of these years. He's worked. He had a dream to be a popular musician. He wanted to be successful. He just worked nonstop at this, was putting everything into the art that he was creating. And he was really doing well, like really starting to take off. What he was doing now was his global tour, like C-Lane said. He had put so much time into making himself a name in the United States of America and on social media and been so successful. He was now expanding that by putting the legwork in and doing this all around the world, going to every continent, going everywhere. And he was having immense success. And it just absolutely sucks that the true reality of life is it can all end at any point in time for us. At any point in time, it can all just come literally crashing down. And I want you to remember that, not in a bad way. And I don't think Oliver Tree would want you to remember it in a bad way, or anybody else who's ever died earlier than you would expect. He was 30, 31, 32 years old, something like that. I want you just to remember that it is as if we have been booted into a video game and we are experiencing life, and you get one opportunity. There is no second man, no second life, none of that. So strangely enough, that is a video game. There is no second chance at all of this. You are taking and making choices every single day that are going to be important to what you get to experience in this life of yours. So I hate to sound like some sort of Tony Robbins motivational speaker, but I literally mean it. I mean, that to me is the essence of what life is. It's an experience that we all share in some way that is at the same time your own personal experience, where every single day you make decisions. You make decisions about where you're going to work, what you're going to eat, who you're going to hang out with, who you're going to spend time with, what you're going to utilize your time doing, and just make sure you're doing things that make you happy, that you enjoy. If you're one of these miserable political people, if you're one of these people who are so down deep in these things that are making you angry about everything in life, you are missing the boat, all right? You only have one shot at this video game. You don't know when it's going to end. You don't know how, you're going to get killed in some weird way, or you can make it to 106. I don't know. You don't know. That's kind of the point. And the stuff like this always makes me think. It's like you can enjoy your life. You can try to find the best in the things that you're looking at. And you could try to make sure that at least your spin around this globe is something that at the end you're like, all right, I'm happy with the decisions I made. That's what I think kind of drives me. I hope it drives some of you as well. But Oliver Tree dead in this freak helicopter crash.
At what,
in
32?
Rio. Yeah, in his 30s, 30-something years old. Unbelievable. Okay,
I didn't know his name was Oliver Tree.
Yeah, the tough thing is, for people who don't know C-Lane, it's very hard to separate him as like an artist and a character, and then him as a person. I don't know that Oliver Tree ever really revealed much of anything as a person. He was a character, and he stayed in this character, had these wacky haircuts, and put out this wacky music, and he did that kind of stuff throughout the whole time. So I
just meant I thought that Oliver Tree was a band name before you sent me this link on Sunday that said that the guy had died. I was like, oh, I didn't know Oliver is his name. Tree was his middle name. I thought that was just the name of this band.
Yeah, it kind of was and wasn't. You know how that happens every once in a while? Like, it becomes the name of the band, but it's the name of the person. Sorry, it sounds a little familiar around here, actually. But it's a little news junkie-esque, I guess. Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got the hot sheet. C-Lane will not be forgetting anything on the printer at all. He's got everything queued up for you and ready to go. We have to get into, I haven't even gotten into anything juicy yet. We still got the UFC stuff. I got good drama around that. I got unbelievable clips. One of them that I love about this social media ban thing. Wait until you hear this. We got the Bungie story. We are loaded up, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
You have a good turtleneck head. I do not think I...
Hello. Welcome in. Welcome behind the scenes. Just utilize that, whether you know who Oliver Tree is, or you're like the guy who just said, like, I saw some interviews, I don't get the attraction. No matter how you feel about these things, just remember, you wake up on this side of the dirt every day, and you get to make all the decisions. You're an adult. You're a human being. You have free will. And have fun. Have fun. Bootsy, bungee jumping today is not the best idea. It is not the best idea, but yes, you're on the right page, but maybe not bungee jumping. The way everybody keeps saying it, it sounds like either the Olive Garden or the Joshua Tree. I'm an Oldo. Yeah, probably not. I mean, he's not a household name, but for some people it'll be like their Kurt Cobain. Who is your Kurt Cobain? Like, growing up, my Kurt Cobain was Kurt Cobain because I was 13 or 14 years old. I was, I think, in middle school at the time. Maybe I was a little younger than that even. And I remember going to school and Kurt Cobain died and everybody was like rocked by this. And it was shocking news. For some young people, it will be Oliver Tree and the choppers that crashed against each other. Who is yours? Robin Williams? Notorious B.I.G.? My Kurt Cobain was Kurt Cobain? For everybody who's around my age, it's probably going to be Kurt Cobain. For people a little bit younger, you're going to have like, everybody's going to have that person. You're like, oh God. When I learned that this person died, it just rocked my world. They were taken far too young. Chester, yeah, from Lincoln Park. Chris Cornell, sure. Kobe, yeah, for some people, sure. Also in a chopper accident. Yeah, Kobe absolutely will be that kind of person for some younger people in the sports world, where it's just like getting hit by a snowplow and you go, wait, what happened? Kind of dizzies you for a second. John Lennon? Sure. JFK Jr. or Diana? Heath Ledger? That's a good one. John Belushi? Anna Nicole Smith? I can't say I was surprised by that one myself. I can't say I was surprised. Let's get some traction. Let's get moving on a Monday. Let's get some gifted subs ramped up. If only so I can make sure all the gifting stuff still works. I've got the website, I think, at 100%. I'm just doing a lot of error fixing and stuff behind the scenes. So let's get some gifted subs rolling. Click that gift icon over on thenewsjunkie.com. After you gift those subscriptions to other users who will claim them, you also can pick out something. So pick out a random magnet or an exclusive sticker, or even one of the No Shit Warlock pins. There's only a handful of those left. But you can grab one if you gift a sub over on thenewsjunkie.com. Thank you, God bless. Phil Hartman, there's a good one. Bob Saget. Brutal. And I'm reminded of this stuff all the time, and I hate to be in this like sappy mode too much, but it's a part of me. For instance, we have this person in our neighborhood, and they are so wrapped up in politics. They're such a political person that this person has turned the outside of their home into a blog. And they write all these screeds about, Trump this or that, or all these things that they're so triggered by, and they feel the need to get like all their political opinions covering every window or surface on the front of their house to blast it out to like the 6 people who will see it from the sidewalk. And I'm like, that's it. Like, that's a person who's been swallowed by this. And while you could be focused on outcomes in politics and things like that, when you go down that far, I really think you're missing out on the whole point of us being alive. It's not worth it. Enjoy the ride. All right, here we go. We're coming back. Hot sheet time.
Cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
48 countries.
Only one winner.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Live. Every unforgettable moment wherever you are. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
The world is listening.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to the
C-Lane's prepared. He's ready to go. He's got all the things.
I have the right things today, guys.
Yeah, thank God. God bless. Real quick, a message from TNJ chat from Cat BH who says, I just got an S-ton of magnets yesterday. Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you. You know, one of the things you could do when you gift subscriptions, premium subscriptions to the newsjunkie.com, the app, and secret shows, one of the things you could do is after you gift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subscriptions, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points to claim things like magnets and exclusive stickers and pins to represent the show. So I try to get them out there as best I can. I'm glad you got yours. You can get in on it too. Click that gift icon on the newsjunkie.com or simply signing up. If you subscribe for secret shows, you'll also get a point. You'll get to claim something after you subscribe. All right, here we go. It's time. Let's do the hot sheet.
Check the hot sheet. It's news, but not like real important news.
Best investigative reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet with C-Lane.
That's right. The top 5 stories in the nonsense news brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. And we start in Washington, D.C., where they had the big night last night, the big fight night in front of the White House.
Yeah.
And I saw absolutely nothing of it. I haven't seen barely any clips. I've seen a couple pictures at best. But they did the thing, and if you were hoping, if you watched it and really enjoyed it, and you thought, I hope they do this again, I'm sorry to tell you, Dana White said, absolutely not. That was way too expensive. We'll probably never do that again. If you think Freedom 250 was great and you want a Freedom 251, sorry. Dana White said, while the event was absolutely epic, he was just too damn expensive ever to do again. A reporter pressed further, saying, you don't think there's a chance the president says that was good? Let's do it next year. He said, I can't afford it. There's no effing way we could do this again. I'll never do the Sphere again, and we'll never do this again.
Damn.
So, yeah, sorry about your luck. I mean, all the Monster Energy drink sponsor money could not bring back the Freedom 250 in front of the White House. All 7 fights for the first time ended in KO or TKO. Main event between Justin Gaethje. I never should have tried this. Justin and Ilya.
Yeah. I mean, did it rain? Because all I kept seeing was like, it's going to rain. There's going to be mosquitoes everywhere. It's going to be hot. And people were almost trying to throw some bad juju at the weather to try to make it a worse night than it was.
I mean,
it doesn't look like it's raining here.
He's saying it was epic. They're not mentioning any setbacks. That says the UFC covered the enormous cost of the event, spending a whopping $60 million and ultimately losing tens of millions of dollars in the promotion. The night closed with a massive fireworks show, and it'll reportedly, allegedly, never, ever happen again. Speaking of never again, I don't know why we're still asking Seth Rogen about his breakup with James Franco. I thought it was pretty well documented, but people keep poking at old Seth Rogen. When are you going to work with Franco again? Seth Rogen has said once more he doesn't see an on-screen reunion in the future. The 2-time Golden Globe winner recently said he hasn't spoken to Franco in a long time, has no plans to work with the actor after he was accused of a sexual misconduct by multiple women in 2018. He told the New York Times, I'm trying to think how much I want to personally share about this. I honestly think the nuance is too personal to get into. There's the public-facing side of it. I've spoken about that. I have the same stance publicly that I've had, and the proof is in the pudding. I have not worked with him in years, but for whatever reason, they keep asking.
I don't know if we'll get to it, but later, I guess James Franco started a TikTok account over the weekend. He was just being weird. There's some strange stuff going on there. We might get to that. We'll see.
I remember when John Mayer joined TikTok, and there was a bunch of excitement over that, and then it was instantly overrun by Taylor Swift fans criticizing him for the things he did in their relationship. And I was like, well, this must be so much fun to join TikTok for.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah. Speaking of Taylor Swift, apparently the chair that Taylor Swift sat in during Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers has been auctioned off. They auctioned off her chair, guys. They auctioned off.
Could you imagine if they did this for you?
Oh.
Like C-Lane's chair in his studio. We're going to auction it off. And some weirdo's like, oh, yeah. I could get the essence of C-Lane off of this.
There was a couple celebrity chairs that were auctioned off. Kylie Jenner, Travis Kelce, Timothy Chalamet, Ben Stiller's chair went for more than Ben Stiller paid to be there, which is anything more. Even Machine Gun Kelly, his chair sold for $635, but somebody who wanted Taylor Swift's chair from Game 3 ponied up $7,000 to buy the chair.
That's crazy.
So cool, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah. There is a pair of guys that are doing, it's not a reboot. Don't call it a reboot. They're saying it's inspired, but I know that there's some people that this will piss off. Jake Johnson of New Girl fame and Damon Wayans Jr. have reunited for a comedy pilot on Hulu inspired by The Cable Guy, the Jim Carrey movie, The Cable Guy, which I think you either really love or you absolutely detest.
True.
Because, I mean, I think it's fun. I think it's a fun movie. But I think that was back in the day when my dad just absolutely hated Jim Carrey. He called him the man with the rubber face. He couldn't stand Jim Carrey. And then everybody knows someone who's done this. I think this is my favorite story because it's just hilarious. Everybody knows somebody who has called out of work, called in sick, and then ended up posting on social media or appearing somewhere where people figured out, hey, you don't look so sick there, do you?
Mm-hmm. You lying to me?
And this time, it has happened to one Mr. Rod Stewart. I think perhaps even Sir Rod Stewart. He's getting a lot of backlash after being spotted cheering for Scotland in the stands at a World Cup game just hours after canceling a concert in California due to health reasons. A day before he made the appearance at the World Cup game between Scotland and Haiti, Stewart's team shared a statement to his Instagram story saying that on the advice of his doctors and following a diagnosis of an acute upper respiratory infection that has resulted in laryngitis, he's unable to take the stage this evening.
Rod, we can see you.
Yeah.
You got a glass of wine. You're enjoying the soccer game.
Yeah, he says, following treatment, I'm feeling much better, but my voice is not. I'm very disappointed and sincerely apologize for any inconvenience to my fans. Go Scotland.
Good troll here from the top commenter. Give the man a break. He's been having health issues later. It's a stomach issue. Google Rod Stewart stomach pump to find out more about his condition.
I forgot about that rumor.
You know, yeah.
New Music Monday, Olivia Rodrigo returns with her third studio set. The full album from Olivia. Tori Kelly, also Baby Rexha, I never know how to say her name, is back with her first independently released record, Dirty Blonde, and Blink 182. Blink 182. Blink 182. They are celebrating 25 years of their 2001 album Take Off Your Pants and Jacket with an extended anniversary edition of the record with 6 never before heard tracks. That's right. Take Off Your Pants and Jacket can now qualify for lower car insurance and rental fees and all that good stuff. Happy birthday. That's it for the hot sheet for today. Hey, if you have a mortgage rate and you are got that 7 or 8 in front of it, you should check into a refi with our friend, That Mortgage Guy Don, because you're paying too much. Mortgage rates are headed down. They're at almost 3-year lows. So if you have a quote for a mortgage and you haven't shopped around for it, That Mortgage Guy Don is the one who wants to help you. He wants to save you money, and he's an overall nice guy and fun to work with. So you should visit him today at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
He is a good guy, that Don. Mm-hmm. All right, quick break. When we come back,
even when he beats us at Fritz on the Street.
Yeah, it's worth it just to spend some time with a good guy. We have a lot to get to. When we come back, we're going to get a little bit further into the UFC stuff, but I want to talk about this social media ban story and the unbelievably fantastic clip that comes along with it. That I'll play for you because it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Win a big green egg. Courtesy of Tools Ace Hardware with Search Your Ace Off on The Jim Colbert Show. Details at realradio.fm/ace.
Earlier accident, I-4 westbound before Florida's Turnpike. Now just the right shoulder there is blocked. Heavy delays on I-4 eastbound between Champions Gate Boulevard and World Drive. And there's a disabled vehicle, 436 south of Curry Ford Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by...
Hello! No commercials round here, baby. Welcome behind the scenes. Skull Mic is activated. Stand by. I forgot to do this on, I think, Friday. Let me make sure that's inputted. That's from Friday, Sun State John with the 12 gifted subs. I don't think I added those, so I wanted to add them now. Also,
the single pane aluminum windows, the ones that came with your house when it was built, might be time to upgrade. You want to be
make sure I got this right.
In the event of an intense storm, and they help out with your energy bill too. So it's a win.
Big thanks to Marsh Melanie with the gifted subscription. And put her down, Marsh Melanie. Love that name. Thank you, Marsh Melanie. Thanks for the big support. Here we go. Love seeing these new names. CB Twisted with the 5 gifted subscriptions, premium subscriptions to the newsjunkie.com and secret shows. CB Twisted goes on the list. Hang on one sec. All right, that was it. Okay. You know how I told you I was setting up everything to connect the computers on terminal, and I can like do SSH Office or whatever, and I can SSH into different things. Can we do that for Drop Slinger? Like, can we put a shortcut in terminal so we can just like type start Drop Slinger or something, and it fires off whatever terminal code it's supposed to? Yeah. Okay. On the desktop or something? Okay. Yeah. Whatever's easiest. Just something to launch that so we can in an emergency. Anyhow, thank you for the gifted subscriptions. Bless your souls and your boy holes. Let me show you something. Right over here. Quite rare. Little mini Oliver tree. How cool is that? Put it back on the shelf where it belongs. I guess my chat name isn't the same as my website name. Chat in the website, you could connect them if you want. You can also do one name change, which you can submit, and then the moderators can approve if you'd like to change your name. One time. 90 seconds. Looks nerdy? True. Just trying to show you my things. Chat, how many of you watched the UFC fight in Washington, D.C. at the White House? Anybody watch it? Yes or no? How many of you watched the UFC fight this Sunday at the White House? Nope. Anybody? There must have been somebody that watched it. Let's see. I watched it. AJ Soup. We got one, two. We got 2 watchers. All right, we're going to come back. We'll talk about this and this social media ban that's got a great clip with it. Hang tight.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
The World Cup is in full swing, and the U.S. is set to resume group stage action on Friday. Head coach Mauricio Pochettino says he believes the opening win over Paraguay is helping the sport grow in the States.
I am so proud, and we are so proud, all because I think we are winning a lot of fans.
The U.S. will meet Australia Friday afternoon. Then they'll wrap up the group stage against Turkey next week.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or two or four. You're listening to
play this for you. You're going to love it. And we'll get into more of what happened with the UFC fight and some drama around it at the White House. Some of the better takes, I thought, on that. We'll highlight that momentarily.
I just saw a clip of something that went down at that where there was like some of the spectators got into a fight.
Oh, did they?
I think so. You know who posted it? Slick. Our buddy Slick.
Oh, really? I wonder how often that happens. You get all like the testosterone flowing at a UFC fight, and they start shoving each other around. And you're like, okay, like now it's spilling out into the audience here.
To get into a brawl on the White House lawn seems wild.
Yeah, it does. Well, I mean, to have a UFC fight on the White House lawn seems wild.
You know, we're already assuming that's the case.
Yeah, I also thought, hold on, I don't know if you saw this or not, C-Lane. I'll have to put this up on See It Now. But the photo of the event at the White House was interesting to me for a couple of reasons. You see the octagon, you know, you see Joe Rogan, he had a little SpongeBob tie on and stuff, and he's down there. And you got all these American flags all over the place. The White House, the big cage around the octagon there. And then if you look a little closer, you'll see, well, there was, big flyover from the Blue Angels or whomever, but there are so many Secret Service and like security officers on top of the White House, even more than there normally is.
Yeah.
There was snipers galore all over the place who were watching what was going on when that UFC fight was happening at the White House. So, yeah, I did notice that for sure. And then I this was my favorite tweet on this, 5.1 million views, and it deserves them. Mark Norman, the comedian, has a video of the day before the UFC fight. The guys from Nitro Circus, including Travis Pastrana, the Daredevil, they were jumping their dirt bikes and flipping in front of the White House. Just dirt bikes flipping up in the air, flipping around. And Mark Norman says, this looks like a Disney movie where a 12-year-old becomes president.
Damn, that is... I mean, when you watch this video, can we see it a little bigger?
Yeah. It's like there's dirt bikes like flipping around. And it literally looks like if there was a blank check or a Richie Rich version.
Yes. When I read the tweet, I first thought of blank check, and it's like there's a lot that's problematic about blank check. But just the fact that, that was what the kid spent his money on when he had the $1 million, that you go, oh gosh, you're kind of right, Mark Norman.
I thought that was funny. And it's also weird that the guys jumping the dirt bikes, they did it in front of a fake version of the White House in front of the real White House. There's like they had a printout because there was stuff in the way, I guess, for the MMA fight. And it wouldn't have given the crisp visual of dirt bikes looking like they were jumping in front of the White House. So it's kind of hard to see. I'll put it up on See It Now. But it was done in front of a fake version of the White House.
At the White House.
Yeah. At the White House in front of a fake White House. It's kind of weird. But I'll try to put both those up during the break so you can take a peek at those over on thenewsjunkie.com. This was one of the moments that got a lot of attention. Hang on, stay by the dump button. I don't think he curses.
Alex Pereira, I want a shama on your mama.
All right, I don't know what that means. This is UFC fighter Josh Hokett, and this is in the octagon, in the arena, as they were doing this fight in front of the White House.
And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
All right, he says Michelle Obama is a man, which I never know if it's a real conspiracy or a meme or whatever. But, right at the footsteps of the White House, this guy who he's striking me as a heel. Like in wrestling, they would call you a heel. You're the bad
to
guy.
be the villain. Yeah.
You're the villain. Yeah. You're like,
I don't know what Shama for your mama, maybe that's one of his moves.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what that is or what that means, but that was one of the things that happened in the ring there. And
I saw something about that. People arguing on Facebook about that this morning. Somebody was championing the comment, Michelle Obama is a man. Mm-hmm. And somebody commented, well, that works great because Donald Trump is a woman. Mm-hmm. And the reply was swing and a miss. And I go, he just did the same thing that guy did. How is one a miss and the other one's not? It's the same.
The problem that I have, C-Lane, is I never know when somebody's being serious anymore or if it's all memery. And so, for instance, like this is how I felt about the whole thing with Candace Owens and the president of France, the first lady of France, or whatever the equivalent is, the president of France, Nicolas Sarkozy, his wife, Candace Owens and others have said like, oh, she's a man, she has a penis, she's a man. And I can't tell if they really believe it or if it's like a meme. And there's the same kind of thing where people do this with Michelle Obama. But in the political world, you never know if somebody's serious. Like some people actually believed the J.D. Vance thing that was a meme that was made up about his couch. And I never know. I never know what people are serious about or if they actually believe stuff, or it's always an absolute whirlwind. So here we go. Let me get to the story that I wanted to play here. The clip that I thought was just fantastic. The BBC was reporting about a social media ban that's going through in the UK. Sweeping social media ban. Honestly, I think it's probably time we do it in the United States of America. They've done it in a lot of other countries. I think it's about time we do it here. And in the UK, they're announcing that they're banning social media platforms for kids under 16. It just doesn't do a lot of good for them. It really doesn't. It doesn't do a lot of good for teenagers, kids under 16. I know they're not going to want to hear that, but I think potentially it might be a good idea to get some of these kids off of the internet.
But isn't it already kind of in place for kids under 13? Aren't there a slew of websites that you're not supposed to be able to register an account with or access if you're under the age of 13?
Technically, I think you're right. I think that that's the case, but the other countries that have banned this have put a little bit tighter restrictions on this. And for instance, in the UK, the latest to do this, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said on Monday he's going to ban social media for under 16s and impose restrictions on gaming and live streaming platforms. More about that in a bit. And some of the world's most far-reaching online restrictions to date. Now, I don't know if they're going to knock out the under 16s for us on the live stream over on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie, but they're trying to take away the ability for these 16 and unders to go on social media. Here's how this played out on the BBC. I thought this report was just aces. Here it is.
Please put your hands up, those of you who welcome the ban. Hands up for those who welcome the ban. So this...
No one. Okay, just to start off. It's a classroom full of
Not even the
kids.
teachers?
No, nobody in the classroom where the BBC is. They go, hands up if you're supporting the ban that would keep 16 and unders off of social media. And not a single kid raises their hand. Not
Please
one.
Put your hands up, those of you who welcome the ban. Hands up for those who welcome the ban. So this just gives you an idea. I think it's pretty fair to say that most of these students there, 11 to 14, most are pretty disappointed with the ban. Let's just come over to you, Isabella. Tell me how you felt when you heard the Prime Minister say no more social media for you.
I didn't think it would actually happen. I kind of believed that he'd chicken out of it and give it more time.
All right, so I like this. You're going to like her even more in a second. But she's like, I didn't think he would actually do it. I hear these old politicians come up with all sorts of crazy harebrained ideas, and I didn't think they'd actually do it. But it seems like it's happening, and that's not great for her.
More consideration, but he seems pretty sure of it, and I'm not sure if I agree with him.
What are you most worried about?
Not being able to contact my friends. I don't know what will happen and how it will happen, or whether if there's some technicalities to what apps are restricted, but I use most of my social media to contact my parents and family.
I mean, I think it's worth reminding people. Earlier, we looked at screen time. What was your screen time over the weekend?
9 hours.
9 hours. So suddenly, you're going to have a lot more time to fill. And what will you do?
Stare at a wall.
They went around the class and they were like, how much time have you guys been spending on your phone? And she goes, 9 hours. 9 hours, all right? She's been spending 9 hours on her phone, just constantly turning her spine into a question mark. And she's just nonstop on her cell phone and on all these apps. And they go, what are you going to do with all this newfound time? You're going to get out there and explore the woods? Are you going to hang out with your friends? And she said, no.
I think it's worth reminding people. Earlier, we looked at screen time. What was your screen time over the weekend?
9 hours.
9 hours. So suddenly, you're going to have a lot more time to fill. And what will you do?
Stare at a wall.
Stare at a wall. Oh, I like that. So that's what's happening for kids under 16 in the UK. They're going to ban TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram. And the kids are just going to stare at walls for 9 hours that they've freed up. A lot of additional time for them, I guess.
Or they're all going to learn about VPNs.
Yep. Yeah, they will. 100%. 100% they will. And the reason I say I'll get back to the live stream stuff, I think, look, I happen to think, and this is, I don't think is a hot take in the slightest. I believe that kids have way too much online presence in these worlds where adults also are. And that's one of the things that I think is good about this. Like, for instance, if you have a kid who's younger and is engaged in online games like Roblox and stuff, you might know a little bit more about this. But there's a shocking number of adults that go around to these spaces where kids are and then interact with the kids. And my least hot take, my most icy, frosty take that I think everybody within the sound of my voice will agree with is that adults should not be talking to children on the internet. Okay? I remember seeing things about this before, and somebody's like, you got caught talking to a 15-year-old girl on the internet. How do you feel about this? And they were like, I wasn't talking about sex with her. And I'm like, guess what I do? Just as a matter of operating in the world as an adult. I don't talk to kids, all right? If a 14-year-old or 12-year-old or 9-year-old ends up in my inbox or something, I'm like, I'm not talking to a kid.
I don't know. The people who usually say it loudest.
I am not doing
talking
it,
to kids.
Right? There's so many weirdos that do this. There's one streamer in particular.
I mean, I personally, with my own eyes, witnessed just last week you talking on a Zoom call to a 2.5-year-old boy.
That was your son. That was because we were troubleshooting what was going on with our studio connections. That had nothing to do with anything.
You even
weird
made
at
me
all.
translate for you.
Yeah, because I couldn't understand a word the kid was saying. This is such a phenomenon, man. Folks, Sealand is sitting there with adorable little Jackson next to him, and I go, hey, Jackson. And he goes, and I go, oh, yeah, buddy. And I said, I hope you're having a good day. And I said, look, Lexi, your dog is behind you. And he says something else. And Sealand goes, oh, he just said... and translated something that I never would have guessed if there was a gun to my temple.
He likes to recap his whole day for people sometimes, like especially right before bed. Like, oh, did you have fun? And he says, yeah, and he'll go through like little mundane details. Like, oh, Mr. Pedro came over and we did swimming lessons. That he set a timer and the timer went off, and so Mr. Pedro went bye-bye.
He went bye-bye.
Hilarious.
Sounds worse for Mr. Pedro than it is, but. He was yapping, and I had no idea what this kid is saying. And at the end, Sealand gives me a perfect translation of exactly what Jackson just said. You listen, Jackson. You know what I mean? And so one of the reasons why I think that this could be good is there's so many weirdo adults online. Here's an example. I present this to you as Exhibit A, but there's many, many more. There's some dude who streams himself. It doesn't matter what his username is. Actually, I don't really care about saying that too much, but there's some dude who streams himself, and he goes on all of these games where he can interact with little kids on purpose. and he tries to like bring them to his religion.
Oh,
so he's like trolling for little kids on social media. Here he is, and he's trying to
Jesus
convert them.
Yeah, do you believe in Jesus, the Son of God, the one who came down and died for your sins? Do you believe, good sir?
50-50.
50-50. All right. Well, my next question would be, have you read the Bible?
No.
All right. Well, it's a good place to start. Maybe right here, right now is a good place to start. Maybe you would like to hear the gospel messages of how we could be saved and go to heaven. Would you like to hear that, kind sir?
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
you
is
would?
so weird.
Isn't it? Like he's trolling for little kids to try to find little kids that he could talk to on these gaming platforms, and he streams himself proselytizing and trying to convert them to his faith on these streaming platforms. That is wholly inappropriate. Like, that is just unbelievably out of line. Absolute, somebody says weirdo. Yes, absolute weirdo behavior. Like, the idea, adults should never, ever, 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 ever be communicating with kids online. Right? Really, offline is a whole nother question, but online, you should not be doing this. I don't care if it's to spread your religion or whatever your motivations are. It's super weird to talk to people's kids on the internet. And there's a lot of people that do this.
Well, my kind associate here, Mr. Shepard, can help you out with that.
Jesus went to the cross and he died for all of us. I always tell people, you know, when you see a little kid in a video and they're just being bad and they're like 2 years old, where did they learn that from?
Yeah, these are people who just troll. And this is like, okay, this is just people who are trying to win somebody over to their religion.
Is he also trying to win the game?
Yes. Yeah, they're also trying to like win Fortnite or whatever. I don't know. This is some kiddie game that they're playing.
I think if I were the kid, I would be like, yes, I would like you to read a scripture to me so that you can be distracted by reading the scripture. And I am going to just right up to the back of the head
Royale.
and double tap.
Yeah, when I look at this stuff, I go, let's say that they are just simply trying to spread their religion on little kids that they're finding on these video games online, and they're streaming themselves talking to little kids. Let's say that they're just doing that. Let's say that they're doing nothing else. That's wrong already. That's wrong. But where this comes from, there's a whole lot worse. There's a whole lot of other people who are trying to talk to your kids to do even weirder stuff. And you know, things that will take advantage of your child and, you know, God knows what. And when I look at that, I go, I don't have really a problem with maybe getting these 16-year-olds off the internet. Let them play video games and stuff, but they don't need to be streaming. They don't have microphones. They don't need to be connected to social media. When they turn 16, then they can do that. Before you're 16, you're a kid. You're a little kid. Go enjoy the world, socialize, play video games if you want to lock yourself in the room to do that. Do all these things. But little kids should never, ever, 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 full stop, never be talking to random adults online. Sorry. It's just weird. And
can you think
definitely something that happens.
If these laws, you know, catch on, there's going to be a situation where kids are more looking forward to reaching the age of social media than the age of driving. You know?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to turn 16. What? So you can get your driver's license? No, so I can get my Facebook account.
Yeah. And as C-Lane said, you're absolutely positively right about this, C-Lane. 100%. These kids will find clever ways to get around this, and, you know, they'll get to this or that. And that is something that we'll have to deal with, and parents will have to deal with. But I think it's a step in the right direction, and there are just so many weirdos online that if my son was 12, 11 years old, no way, no how would I have him with some headset on talking to random adults across the internet. I don't, you know, I trust that most humans are good people, but not in those worlds, not in that world. There's too much. It's ripe for like weird, creepy pedophile types. And that's a big fat no from me. I think it might be from you too. All right, we'll see what you think.
I thought talking to adults across the internet was the only way Dylan got to know his dad.
Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair. We email, all right? We have our weekly email where we text. We text. Love you, buddy, if you're out there somewhere. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get geared up for jury duty in just a bit. We still got more on the UFC front, some other things we need to explore there. Somebody who got yanked out of the event. We'll get to that. This bungee incident, more on the World Cup. We're just getting started. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
There's a lot of lonely people in the world.
Oh, here we go.
A lot of lonely.
See, you've convinced this group chat that I'm lonely.
Well,
I was horny. That's why I was going after this girl. The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Earlier accident, I-4 westbound before Florida's Turnpike has been cleared. Some residual delays through that area. Use caution. State Route 50 westbound at Pine Hills Road has some traffic lights there that are working incorrectly. And, of course, long-term construction going on. Interchange improvements, I-4 both west and eastbound at 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Gainesville Hospital.
HCA Florida Gainesville Hospital has opened its doors, featuring state-of-the-art technology and nationally recognized physicians. More convenient access to high-quality care. HCA Florida Gainesville Hospital, located at I-75 and Archer Road.
Guys, let's have a chat for a second. If you're starting to see the symptoms of erectile dysfunction or PE show up in the bedroom, well, it might be time to call Premier Men's Medical Center. That's not something that's just going to fix it.
Agree or disagree? Under 16s should not be discussing things with adults online. Meep says, how about don't try spreading your religion to people who didn't ask? Yeah, I mean, I'm less against that for adults talking to adults. You know, you got Mormons, you've got Christians, you've got Muslims, you got everybody except for Jews. Jews are the only insulated faith that does not attempt to spread their faith to others. But most of the other faiths, it's built into the faith that you want to spread the faith to more people. And when they do that with adults, I view it a little different. You know, it's not for me. But talking to children about stuff like that is out of line. Weird. And out of line. You should try to convert us to Seanism. I've been trying for years. You're not taking the bait. If you did Obi-Wan Kenobi, you'd be a subscriber over on the website, the app, and secret shows. I've never had a Muslim knock on my door and ask me if I wanted to hear the story of Muhammad and Allah. I don't know if they do like door to door, but quite obviously the Islamic faith is, I think, the fastest spreading religion on the planet. And that doesn't happen without trying to spread your faith. I could be wrong, but as I said, I'm pretty sure the only major religion that doesn't have an element where they're trying to evangelize and spread to more people, I think, is the Jews. I've been heavily lobbied to convert to Islam. What are they offering? Catholics typically don't do that? Well, I mean, we're talking about a lot of things. We're talking about like door to door and stuff. But I think Catholics, you know, are willing to talk about their faith to other Catholics and encourage them to maybe go visit their church or something. Not as hardcore as the Mormons. And you might think to yourself, well, Sean, you know, Mormons have a bad rep. That's not really working for them. I will tell you to go to the state of Utah and tell me that it's not working. They offer all the falafel you can eat. Oh, that sounds kind of good, actually. They force Islam? They don't just invite it? Hey, TNJ chat. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Twitch. Bless your soul. Man, I got a lot to get to. I don't know if we're going to be able to. I'm gonna do this Amazon story somebody sent to tips@thenewsjunkie.com in a moment. I believe one's religious beliefs are a personal thing. I respect anyone's belief. Not all the same, though, right? Like, think about that for a second. Do you respect all religions the same? Do you? Do you respect all of them the same? Or do you have a couple where you're like, that one's particularly crazy? This one is like, whoa, yikes, right? There's got to be a hierarchy, right? I respect the flying spaghetti monster a little bit more. True. As far as I know, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Shouldn't even have to couch this. As far as I know, the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster has not killed anyone. I believe that's true. The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, no death toll. The Muslims cannot say the same. The Christians have killed some people. The Mormons, probably blood on their Mormon hands and their little white Mormon shirts. They always seem happy, though. We're coming back right now on the show.
From Wisconsin with love. Welcome to Delicious.
Oreo is a trademark of the Mondelez International Group used under license. The Reese's trademark and trade dress are used under license.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
The biggest FIFA World Cup ever has started.
The most goals the United States have ever scored in a World Cup game.
The only place to hear the action for free is iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026
live. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Just search World Cup.
Don't miss Team USA's next match Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern against Australia.
The world is listening. Are you?
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
On a Monday, no less. Thanks for leaning on us to get you through everything. God knows we can lean back on you from time to time. We have a bunch to chew through in this show before we end it all for a Monday. I could phrase that differently. Before we end it all weird. Sounds a little doom goblin-y, but before we wrap everything up for a Monday, perhaps, I want you to do something for me here. It's something that we do from time to time here on the show. But I want you to choose a side. All right? I mean this. I want you to choose a side.
Elmo.
Because unlike Elmo, we cannot constantly be walking the fence and walking the center and like, I don't want to pick anybody. I don't want to choose, because I think you got to pick a side every once in a while. Choose a side. So I bring to you a choose a side story here.
Now with your 17 follow-up file.
I'm going to put this on pause here, and I'm going to tell you some of the basic details. This is about an Amazon delivery driver. Now, shouts out to all my Amazon delivery drivers out there. Love you, appreciate you. You do great work. Thanks for bringing me my packages. But this Amazon delivery driver was caught on camera stealing a cat from somebody's house. But he says he's in the right. And there's a big fight over this now. And this is now a huge incident. A lot of people sent this over to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And I want to share with you this story that I started playing there from KGET about what happened with this Amazon driver who stole a cat from somebody's front porch. Here's the detail.
And an update on that alleged catnapping caught on camera. In a surprising turn of events, the driver accused of stealing a Bakersfield woman's cat, Junie, during an Amazon delivery nearly a month ago is breaking his silence and talking to 17 News. And his response is not what you might think.
He says, I can explain. I know you think I'm the cat napper, the cat burglar, the whatever you want to call me, but I can explain why I stole this cat off this woman's step. And I want you to choose a side. You will either choose the Amazon delivery driver, Joshua Gonzalez, or you will choose this woman, Brenda, who was the house he was delivering to where he stole the cat from her. Here is more of the case.
17's Veronica Catlin has more.
The driver at the center of an alleged catnapping, sharing his side of the story. He spoke with 17 News over the phone.
Just doing my regular route. I approached the house. I got the Brenda's package. I take it like a normal day, and I heard a meow, and then I seemed surprised of seeing the cat. I looked down to try to look at it more distinct, and I recognized it was my cat because of the distinct design it had on its forehead. It has an M, the eyes, and how the body was set. I knew it was my cat, so I just grabbed him, and it just walked off.
All right, so to reiterate, he says, I go up to this woman, Brenda's house, and, dropping off the package for Brenda. And he said, when I looked down, I knew immediately that was my cat. And he picked up the cat and he took it away with him because he said it has a distinct marking on its forehead. And this is my cat. My cat has been missing. This is my cat. I'm taking it with me and I'm leaving. The woman, her side of the story is, what are you talking about? This is your cat. This is my cat, and it's at my house. I've had this cat for a couple of years, and you just stole my cat while you were delivering a package here, Amazon driver. He says it's his cat, and it's been missing since, well, I don't know, I think a couple of years. We'll see what else they say about the details on that. She says it's mine now, no matter what. And he's in some trouble over this whole thing.
Joshua Gonzalez provided us with documentation he says proves the cat is his, showing an adoption date of October 9th, 2025. He said he picked the cat out for his 7-year-old daughter. Gonzalez also provided it to his employer, who he said fired him after this incident.
So he got fired for this after this went viral. They said, you stole this lady's cat. And he goes, no, the cat is mine. I have the paperwork and I have photos of the cat, and this cat was my cat.
One of my managers calls me, says that to come pick up my check within Monday or Tuesday, and then I was getting terminated.
Amazon confirmed this in a statement saying, we've been in contact with the driver's employer, and the driver is no longer allowed to deliver Amazon.
It might be like a third party or something that does Amazon
packages. We'll continue to work with law enforcement and will defer to them for details as they investigate. So where is Junie now? Well, according to Gonzalez, Junie's name isn't Junie. His family wasn't settled on a name, but they were leaning towards Spartan. But he says she's alive and well. He sent a photo of her next to him on Thursday.
She's at home right now with all her toys. She's not scared. She's happy. She recognizes me.
Right now, it's his word versus
I have
hers.
Questions. All right. Choose a side here. Who's in the right? You got to choose a side, Sealand.
It's hard to choose. It's hard to choose this guy's side. Mm-hmm. If that is in fact his cat, I think he should be allowed to have his cat. But first of all, the video of him picking the cat up, does that look to you like a person who just discovered their long lost cat?
No way.
He doesn't look like excited enough.
He didn't say anything. There was no word like if I saw my cat after almost a year, because I think it was like short of a year, a little short of a year that the cat had been missing, I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's
Piper? Is that you, Piper?
Yeah. Oh my God. It's you. Spartan.
Yeah,
my God, it's Spartan.
That's the other thing. I go, all right, well, you would think he would, like, call the cat by the name that you gave the cat. Oh, what's that? Sorry, you didn't name your cat?
Mm-hmm.
You had this cat long enough that it should recognize you and be happy at your house, but you never gave it a name?
Yeah, that's weird, too. So you're siding with the homeowner, it sounds like. You say it's
Look,
her cat.
I want the guy to have his cat if it's really his cat, but there's just a lot of red flags in how he's presenting this. He doesn't look like somebody who just came upon, was just reunited with their long-lost cat. He just doesn't look like that. He doesn't act like the kind of person who would do that.
Not at all. No.
And
I choose the homeowner stealing for this reason. Tell me if you agree. I think if you thought this was your cat and you were just shocked by it and you go, oh my God, my cat is here. Have a conversation with the homeowner and go, hey, I believe this is my cat. And they said, no, I don't think this is your cat. Well, I have the paperwork. Start a conversation. If you just take the cat, you're stealing it, right? Like
immediately, yeah.
Yeah, like even if you went to somebody's front door and there was a little statue there and you're like, I had a statue like this, but my statue was stolen 2 years ago. And I think this is the same thing. This is my statue. And you just take it and walk away. You've stolen something. You have to start a conversation with the person. And then maybe the cat was chipped, I hope, and they could scan it and they could see whose cat it is.
If it is your cat, have you stolen it?
Yeah, I think you have. Even if it was your cat, I don't think you could just take something like that hasn't been in your possession for a very long time.
If it was my cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And my cell phone, I didn't name my cell phone, even though I really loved that cell phone. I didn't give it a name. And I just walk up and I see the distinct marking on my cell phone. It's sitting on Brenda's doorstep there. And I go, well, good thing Brenda had a package today because she also happens to have my cell phone. And I just pick it up and leave with it. Have I stolen it, or have I just...
You're taking it off of Brenda's property. Brenda had it at her house. You're not the person... You're not a court. You're not a judge. You're not a cop. You're not anybody on the judicial side at all. You're not anybody to make a determination on if something's your property or their property. That's for the judicial system to decide. Like, I think you have to start a conversation and then see if you can make an arrangement to get your cat back. But if you just take it, you're a cat stealer. I think I side with the lady, Brenda, at the house. I want to know, you choose a side. Do you side with the Amazon driver, Joshua, or Brenda, the woman who lived at the house? He says he's just taking his cat back.
Brenda Wilson, who said she's had Junie for 5 years, confirmed Gonzalez used to live in her neighborhood.
And posting online and saying, this is our cat. So we've had, some back and forth with them. And they really are saying that this is their cat. And I don't know if that's like a cover. They just really wanted her, or if really they do think it's their cat. But it's an easy fix.
According to the sheriff's office, Gonzalez has not been charged with the crime, but the case is still open. They are continuing to investigate. Gonzalez acknowledged that the video doesn't look good, but wants the community to know one thing.
I want them to know that I didn't do anything bad, but get my cat back, and it's now in the rightful home. It's back where it belongs, like anybody else will. If they lost their cat and they seated it on someone else's porch, they would do the same thing.
Veronica.
I don't know, man.
5 years?
Yeah, and also, if she had the cat for 5 years, can't she just show that she's had the cat for 5 years? If she has a photo of that cat from 2 years ago, it ain't his cat. That's it, right? Like, if she has a photo of the cat before he got the cat to begin with, then there we go. The cat's stuck in limbo here in the center of all of this, too. This is a wild event here that's played out. Pick a side. Choose a side. All right? Who do you side with? Let us know. Send a dispatch or an email. Dispatch is over at thenewsjunkie.com or in the News Junkie app. Emails to tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get into jury duty, some big cases that we've been following with updates, including the J.P. Morgan sex slave case. A big breakthrough on that one leads jury duty. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
No bots, no scripts, no, I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question. Just actual flawed people. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
This is three-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Rasmussen University.
NFL offseason work continues. The Jaguars open their final week of OTAs today. Meanwhile, in Tampa, the Buccaneers set to begin their 3-day mandatory minicamp tomorrow. Baseball, the Marlins beat the Pirates 4-2. They're now 10-2 in the month of June. The Rays also won, downing the Angels 8-3, avoiding a series sweep. And the Carolina Hurricanes are Stanley Cup champs, shutting out.
What do you think, folks?
From nursing and early childhood education to business and IT. Learn more.
The Amazon driver or the woman? Who do you side with? Hello?
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm back.
What'd you do? You just said you were going to do some errands. You didn't say what the errands were.
Bath and Body Works is having a really big sale.
Well, that's a very important
Well, I
errand.
told you yesterday that we needed new plug-ins and soap. And then when I got it to the counter, the line was like 20 minutes. I got to the counter, I didn't have the right things for the coupons. So I was like, okay, no worries. I'll just go get the other things. And then I had to wait in the line again.
How much money did you spend?
Under $100.
Under $100?
I also got more flags.
How much did you spend? 99?
Well, I got dinner too.
You got dinner too? You got dinner at Bath and Body Works? You said Bed Bath and Beyond, right? How many receipts are there?
I went to Hobby Lobby.
You went to Hobby Lobby, okay.
$14.
What else?
Bath and Body Works. Get this. The subtotal was $180. I only paid $58.
For what? How many of these did you buy? Those are all plug-ins?
No, soaps and body wash and lotion.
You bought $180 worth of soaps?
And lotions.
Okay, just get out of here.
No.
Get, how much did you spend in Publix?
I spent $23 for dinner.
How come dinner was cheaper than soap?
But baby, I only do it like twice a year.
No, you don't. You go to Bath and Body Works or whatever that place is every week.
But look at all those soaps.
Oh my fucking God. Are you kidding me? Do you think this is enough?
Yeah, because then we have it. And
For what?
And then I got this too.
That's more soaps?
No, this is lotion and body wash and plug-in.
Why did you get so much soap?
I only spent $58.
No, that $58 on soap.
That will last for a long time.
This is just more soap? Okay, just go. Just go.
I saved us so much money.
You didn't save us money because you could have not. Why do we need all that soap?
We go through it.
There's only two of us. Is lady using the soap or?
I wash my hands a lot.
Oh my God. That's ridiculous. How long is that going to last?
Like a long time.
I don't think it is.
Yes, it is.
I'm concerned. She said it was supposed to cost $180 and it only cost $40. But all I can think of is you bought $180 worth of soap? Why do we need that much hand soap? What is the message that I'm supposed to be receiving here? I don't know. I don't know what to do. All right, we're coming back.
Ordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250 micro to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
Dispatch, this is Mindy, Advanced Air Home Services. Putting off fixing electrical problems in your home can be a real hazard. Visit AdvancedAirandHeat.com to take care of your electrical problems today. Advanced Air Home Services. License EC 13010897.
Vehicles under 20 grand. Now at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Radio.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is the...
And we look forward to you. I haven't got much feedback in on the show. That means Dispatch's emails are coming up in just a bit. You can also send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. Before we do jury duty, I think you said you're watching this Widow's Bay show, Sealand?
Absolutely. Love it.
Yeah, I've been watching that too. It's the weirdest show I've seen in a while for one particular reason. I've never seen a show like this Widow's Bay show where every episode seems like a totally different show. Like every episode, like we watched one episode where the lady thinks she's throwing the greatest party ever, right?
Okay.
And she's like following this book.
Yes.
It's like how to throw the greatest party ever, right? And I'm watching it and I go, okay, this is interesting. And then the next episode is some guy and he has done the ultimate shroom. And he's just tripping balls the whole time. And the guy keeps like coming to in different places. And he's like, how did I get here? And he's going through the world just tripping. And then the next episode is a version of this where it's like in the 1600s or the 1500s or something.
They've had a couple episodes that like, it was almost a trope for a while to have shows that relied on a lot of flashbackery.
Yeah.
It's been done better than others in certain cases. I like it in Widow's Bay. I liked what was the one where they're all in the women's prison? Orange is the New Black.
Sure.
A lot of that to drive the narrative along. Did a lot of character development via flashback, and so this one has the one that was with the lady where the mayor was hardly in it at all. Mm-hmm. And then the really big flashback where everybody was like in the 1600s. It's super interesting, man.
It's just weird because every episode, the last 3 episodes I've seen of this Widow's Bay show, all of them seem like different shows.
Yeah.
Okay, we're watching a different show right now. There's different characters, different time, but it all comes back together, I guess.
Sometimes we'll be watching something and, this is with mixed levels of success, looking at my wife and going, are we supposed to know what's going on right now? And then how do I trust your answer when you've been doing New York Times crosswords this whole time? So I don't know if you know the answer correctly or not, but I'm trusting you that we have not, they've not revealed the important stuff yet. We're just supposed to be in the dark until they tell us what the hell is happening in this episode. But the other thing that I think they've just been really good at doing with Widow's Bay is it's creepy for sure. There are a lot of creepy parts to it, but there's also like really good dry humor. Like
it's funny.
There are parts where I'm like laughing out loud.
It's funnier than Maternal Instinct, just for the record.
I would imagine that
it is funnier than the Stolen Baby documentary.
I would imagine Screech is funnier than the Maternal Instinct.
Yeah, probably true.
But there was one line, the thing that he said to the cop, because he was trying to seem cool. The young kid that wanted to tell the cop off in front of his friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like, can I call you an effing pig?
Can I say F you pig? And I was dying at that part.
And the cop goes, you most certainly cannot. It's like, okay, well, I tried. He wanted to look cool in front of his friends. It's an interesting show. It's about this little island off the coast of the U.S., I guess, or something.
Yeah.
Like, I was picturing like Newfoundland. I don't know.
No, I think it was supposed to be, maybe they're not specific about it. I thought it was supposed to be in New England area. But this guy that becomes the mayor of the place, he is trying to like boost the tourism, and he wants like these articles to be written about it because he's trying to make Widow's Bay the next Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah. It says Widow's Bay is a hit dark comedy horror television series available on Apple TV, created by Kate Dippold and directed by Hiro Murai.
And Kate Dippold is the one that, she's the one that just signed that multi-year deal with Apple TV. In addition to getting another season of Widow's Bay, she's got like another development deal going with the platform in general.
It says the show centers on a New England island town plagued by a centuries-old supernatural curse. If you're picked up on that and watching, let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch or email. I'll do one story here. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
I got more, but we'll do one here real quick. Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, you know who to call. You pick up the phone, you get your attorney, you lock in, and you get on the path to that big, giant check that you deserve for what you've been through. 800-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. There's an investigation underway in Brazil. Quite a weekend for Brazil. In this case, a 21-year-old woman was in Brazil trying to do a bungee jump. I have questions. Oh, boy, do I have questions about this. Here's the video of this. Now, you're not going to see her landing with a thud, but this is from the bridge side of her doing the bungee jump. And they pick up this woman. She has her hands out like she's on a cross. And they bring her forward and they throw her off the bridge. And then the cameraman kind of highlights the fact that the bungee was never around this woman's body. Like,
okay.
They forgot to put the bungee on her. So they accidentally just threw a woman off a cliff. Like they thought. Oh
my gosh!
They thought they had the bungee on her. They didn't.
That's insane.
They just picked her up and they threw her off of the cliff. And I'll stop this one right here because they never put the bungee on. But the cameraman is watching this and seems to be kind of focused on the bungee not being on this woman. And then after the woman is tossed off, just thrown down to the pits of despair and death below, the camera person goes like, "Oh yeah, by the way, here's the bungee cord that was never attached to this person." I'm like, did the camera person not think to go, "Hey guys, hold on, the woman's not attached"? They didn't say anything. They didn't say a word. They just watched as three other people, somehow no one understands what's going on. Three other people just took a woman, picked her up over their head, tied nothing to her, and threw her off a bridge.
That is crazy.
What the hell? How did no one... Like, this has got to be murder to me. This is the only important part of your job. We'll stay on this. I'll put this up on See It Now, and I'll give you some other details that are kind of shocking to me. But the woman was thrown 130 feet to her death. They never put the bungee cord on her. They never put it on her. They just threw her over.
You had one job.
You literally had one job. All right, we'll give you more on that when we come back. Plus, we'll kick off the Power Hour. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $2,500 is just minutes away with the $250K USA giveaway. Presented by HBN Bath on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's an accident on 429 southbound that has all lanes closed between Avalon Road and Schofield Road. Crash reported at Apopka Vineland Road, northbound after Banyan Boulevard. Also, there's another crash, 417 southbound at Aloma Avenue. Right lane there is blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Orlando.
The Sleep Outfitters 4th of July sale is on. Save up to 70% on mattresses store-wide. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select Sealy purchases. Only Sleep Outfitters uses bed match diagnostics.
Unbelievable. I put that up on See It Now. If you want to take a look at that clip. But am I crazy? It looked like the cameraman was like, well, There's the bungee cable on the ground, not attached to anybody. Okay, here she is with no bungee cable or cord attached to her. And then they toss her off a bridge. And then they just go, oh, and by the way, bungee's still on the ground. Like it really seemed from the video like the person filming this must have seen what was going on. At the very least, you have 4 people or more who didn't check to see if this woman's bungee cord was attached to her. And they just fucking threw her off. That's insane. Unbelievable. 21 years old. 21 years old. Kokomo says after they turned her loose, the cameraman noticed the bungee cord. It's hard to see what the cameraman is just like naturally moving toward, or if he was like, hey, like sometimes if you're holding a camera on something, and like let's say there was a roach on the ground over there, I'd be like, whoa! And you draw attention to it because you're moving the camera to notice the thing. It's hard to see if the person was like putting the camera on the bungee cord unattached to a human because it naturally was in the path of where they were filming, or because they noticed. And we can't really get inside their head. All right, so a woman was thrown off a 130-foot bridge without a cord in Brazil. She was still alive when an off-duty nurse got to her on the ground. I even talked to her. I told her nobody dies on my shift, even though I wasn't on my shift, she said. Yikes! That's so insane. Where was this taken? That's in Brazil. She wasn't wrong? Technically. Technically. I hear her out there. I hear her. What are you doing?
Cleaning out the vacuum that you got so dirty.
Oh, why don't you put some soap in there?
No, not my soap.
So now you're going to get stingy with the soap?
Do you see everyone in the comments telling you how right I am and how wrong you are?
They did not say that. They did not. Absolutely did not say that.
Yeah.
All I would have to ask is the question in the right way. Do you think that was a shocking amount of soap for a person to purchase? What's in there?
It's dirty. I need to rinse it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go put more flags in there.
Okay, can you try not to buy any soap on the way? Try not to trip over any stores that sell you soap on your way out there.
You know what?
What?
All my Bath and Body Works girlies, they had coconut verbena there. You know, if you know, you know.
Okay, just come on over. We got plenty. We got one for everybody. Maybe for Halloween we'll just give the kids a little soap thing. We'll just everybody in the neighborhood gets a soap thing. Stop buying soap.
Nope.
Jeez. 2 minutes. Courtney's really gonna wash your mouth out, Sean? Maybe. I didn't really need another reason not to bungee jump, but I'll add that to the list. True. Even if they would have put the cord on her, it still looks so bootleg. Okay. We're coming back in a moment. Holy cow. We have so much stuff, and we got to do the power hour. We're going to have to move fast. All right, here we go. We're coming back.
Counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
The World Cup is in full swing, and the U.S. is set to resume group stage action on Friday. Head coach Mauricio Pochettino says he believes the opening win over Paraguay is helping the sport grow in the States.
I am so proud, and we are so proud, all because I think we are winning a lot of fans.
The U.S. will meet Australia Friday afternoon. Then they'll wrap up the group stage against Turkey next week.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. America. That's America. Enter it now. Radio. Radio. 104.1. Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
Come hang out with us in the world's most viral newsroom here on the show. Learn more over at thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com, or get the app on Android or iOS. Search for The News Junkie. Real quick, big thanks to Marsh Melanie for the one gifted subscription over there at thenewsjunkie.com. Premium subscription, including secret shows access. And also CB Twisted for 5 gifted subscriptions. Thank you for the support. Greatly appreciated. You could spread the word or claim these always over on the website. We got some more coming in too. We'll get to a little bit later on. I wanted to get to the story we were discussing about this bungee incident. And
I've already seen a savage text about this in the chat room here from somebody on YouTube.
To recap very quickly, this happened in Brazil this weekend. And this woman who is 21 years old, she goes to go bungee off this bridge, and these people lift her up in the air. She's got her arms out like an airplane, got her feet together, like she's got the crucifixion thing going on, and they throw her off the bridge 170 feet down, and they forgot to attach the bungee cord to her. And I mean, like, watching this, I just go, how does this happen? I'm watching it now. So they bring her up, and there are 3 guys holding her up in the air, and then the 2 guys walk her over to the edge, and they have all their safety equipment on, and they just throw her, and they never attached the bungee cord to it. And honestly, even if they did, the whole operation looks so bootleg. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Somebody did chime in at one point and say that didn't even look like a bungee cord or what the normal bungee rope that you would have doing something like this. And this is so far out of my wheelhouse that I wouldn't know if that's a legit bungee cord or just a rope, or if it is a legit bungee cord. Is it supposed to be in a spaghetti mess like that? Like, what happens if it kinks? And I mean, I guess it's not a problem now.
No, they just threw her.
But no, whoever the savage was on YouTube that said cue the plane song because she looked like a plane. My gosh, buddy,
monsters! I saw some more details about this. You absolute animals. The woman who was thrown off 130-foot bridge without a cord in Brazil was still alive when an off-duty nurse got to her on the ground. I even talked to her, and I told her nobody dies on my shift, even though I wasn't on my shift, said Nurse Reza Diaz. 3 of the workers have been arrested and charged with homicide for the death of 21-year-old Maria Eduarda Rodriguez de Freitas. 2 of the suspects reportedly tried fleeing following the incident and had to be tracked down by a military helicopter. So she said, I saw she was breathing heavily, and I looked at her pupils, which were dilated, and I felt her pulse, and it was very weak, but she still had a pulse at the time. I even talked to her. I still have this habit of joking around and saying, Nobody dies on my shift. And I told her, hey, nobody dies on my shift. Even though I wasn't actually there, she said, or on her shift is what she meant. Just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, there would have been enough red flags for me that I would have not gone through with this. But this woman was 21, and she's like, all right, let's do it.
I mean, as far as I remember from doing anything close to something like this, is I've never seen a situation in which people pick you up and throw you. Usually it's like you kind of hoisting yourself off of some sort of swing, or usually it's the person doing the thrilling thing that initiates the move. The way they carried her off there and threw her off this bridge, if you hadn't told me that this was a bungee jumping accident, I would have thought this was like a ritualistic killing.
Yes, it looks like it's like, see you later, bitch. And they're just throwing this woman. It's crazy. Crazy. That's absolutely wild to me. I've never bungee jumped like you, C-Lane. We don't know enough about this, I guess, to say, but
closest I've gotten is like a ropes course.
Don't you think you would have looked at this and gone, something about this doesn't scream professional?
Yeah.
This is a little bit bootleg for me. And on that note, let's do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said, it's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
Was that Jackson?
That was you doing Jackson. The funny part was that was from last week. That wasn't even today's of that noise.
Was it? I did
No,
it again.
I didn't pull today's because I already had last week's.
You're already ready to go. This is such a weird thing. I don't even know what to do with this, honestly. But I guess it's real. And I wonder if some of you would be into this. There's a rise in a new type of website. These new websites started in South Korea, gaining popularity. Other countries saw that this was gaining traction, and now they've started to build their own. And they call them dopamine websites. Now, when I think about the word dopamine, dopamine running through your body, running through your system, is usually that ephemeral high that you get, and you feel like you're on top of the world because your brain is pumping out dopamine.
Mm-hmm.
And people talk about dopamine with your algorithmic feeds as you're scrolling through TikTok, and we've become addicted to this to a certain level. But now this is different. Is there anybody out there? God, I don't know. Maybe there must be. Is there anybody out there who would be into this? Dopamine websites are becoming a new trend in South Korea and beyond. These services let users endlessly browse food delivery menus, read reviews, fill shopping carts, and even track a delivery. The only catch, you can't actually place an order. There are also virtual smoke breaks where users join anonymous chat rooms and socialize with strangers, recreating the feeling of taking a break without smoking a single cigarette.
So there's a website where you can Uber Eats, but it's just going through the motions. It's like you're simulating Uber Eats.
Yes. And they have it for like other stuff that you would buy online too.
And nothing ever gets delivered.
Nothing ever.
You never pay any money.
Doesn't exist. You just search through the thing and you get the joy of shopping and purchasing something, and it goes into your shopping cart. I'm looking at the story.
I don't even think
here.
that's where the joy comes from, though. The joy comes from getting the stuff, man.
You get excited, and then they show, your delivery's on its way. And as your delivery is on its way, you can track it to your house. You never bought anything. Nothing ever happens, but it's supposed to give you dopamine like you're purchasing some things. However, I happen to agree with C-Lane on this. Isn't the dopamine all about the idea that you're actually going to get something to begin with?
I'm sure that people do love the act of shopping online. They love the finding the stuff. They love adding it to the cart. They love. This seems like a kid's game, man.
Yeah,
I'm sure they love part of that. But at the end of the day, like if you don't get the stuff, is there a reaction that triggers in the brain that's like I don't really have a better way to say blue balls.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Or, just for the record here, this kind of seems like something impoverished people would do in countries where they don't have food, and they would order the food in the delivery.
That makes it even worse.
Imagine that we're getting the food right now. You're like pretending that you're ordering food, and it's getting delivered. You go to the website, you shop for all these things. It's like Amazon, but nothing actually exists.
It's Scamazon.
It's literally Scamazon. It's literally Scamazon. You go on the site, you put all this stuff in your shopping cart, you read reviews from other users, and then you place your order, and you pay with a fake thing. Everything happens that would happen if you purchase something, but you're not actually buying anything. I sometimes feel like I'm the weird one. I really do. Sometimes I feel like I'm the weird one because I'm thinking, people are into this? What? CFL Kent says the placebo shopping app? Yeah, that's literally what it is. It's just so strange.
Says Gen Z users are utilizing these platforms to de-stress, avoid overspending because you're not spending anything.
Yeah.
And cope with burnout or loneliness. I don't know about you, but if I was lonely enough to use a dopamine website, I think if I dopamine fake ordered Scamazon a pizza to be delivered to my house, and then I watched on the app as the pizza went down my street, pulls into my driveway, and gets fake delivered, and nobody shows up, I think I would feel lonelier. Would you not feel like, how's that going to cure loneliness?
The only way this works better is if somebody knocks on your door and gives you like a fake box or something. There's no resolution here. I don't understand it. But if you would be into this, do let us know. Maybe this is for you. It's not for me. But that's what people are doing. It says these services now, these dopamine websites, let users endlessly browse food delivery menus, read reviews, fill shopping carts, and even track a delivery. The only catch, you can't actually place an order. There are also virtual smoke breaks where users join anonymous chat rooms and socialize with strangers, recreating the feeling of taking a break without smoking a cigarette. The idea is simple. Get the familiar dopamine hit without spending the money smoking or giving in to other impulsive habits.
I don't think the dopamine hit is the same, guys. I hate to tell you.
That's wild, man. What a time to be alive, folks. Tell us what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now.
Is there like a website where you can download something and it is really just we watch the progress bar go from 0 to 100%, and then at the end you don't get any, there's nothing that got downloaded?
Yeah, it says like HD quality, backrooms copy. And then you download, bloop, 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 bloop. The download looks like it happens. It's like successfully downloaded to your hard drive. And then you can't do anything with it?
Well, but you got the dopamine.
What's the point? At least if there was like an AI version of it, you'd have something. Okay, it's been a while, so I could finally work this in. 2.8 million views. The German girls are starting to go viral. I mean, I'm guessing that this is not AI with no community notes on it and 2.8 million views. But all the countries are trying to show off their people. The Japanese people, they were hilarious. They were great. They had good culture. They were clean. They cleaned up the stadium after they left. We had...
I do not speak English, but I am excited!
That guy was just the greatest. He was unbelievable, that guy. And the Germans have sent 3 women that are, I guess, getting quite a bit of airtime.
Why?
For some of these games. Because these women are rather large-chested, I guess you might say. This person says there were 6 German bombers in the air and 2.8 million views. Everybody is sending their people for the World Cup. This is another side of it where I've seen this mostly in Brazil and stuff usually, along with the flying human beings and Oliver Tree choppers crashing into each other. There's usually these women that can become famous just for appearing at a game and getting attention on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
You might say,
we've had them in America too.
Yeah, that's Pamela Anderson.
Oh, I forgot that's how Pamela Anderson got discovered. But there was another chick who showed up at a lot of baseball games, I think in the Midwest or something, and she always had really good seats and really showy tops.
Yeah, and it's made people famous. It's made entire careers. It's kind of astounding. So there's so many things about World Cup like this that are interesting to me. There's so many angles to this. One of them is these people who are kind of going viral now. And I guess there's some people, like, I don't know. I don't think these are like OnlyFans creators or anything, but these German women have showed up to the World Cup and showed up to World Cup. All right, there we go. And they have gotten a lot of attention as well. There's a never-ending supply of it, at least thus far, it would seem. But if you missed this, go take a look at these women who showed up to these World Cup games over on See It Now on the News Junkie app or over on thenewsjunkie.com. All right.
Front Row Amy. Front Row Amy was the chick I was thinking of. She was a dedicated, I think, super fan of the Milwaukee Brewers. And she's just always in the front row right behind home plate.
Yeah.
And she's become quite popular.
Just for sitting there?
Yep. Just for sitting there and being hot.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's a lot of this that goes on, I guess.
In fact, I guess she has garnered such enough attention that in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, they did an article last week that said Front Row Amy is frustrated by new Brewers premium seating plan. They're like, oh, the Brewers switched up their seating arrangements. They have a premium plan. Let's see what Front Row Amy thinks about it.
She's made herself a celebrity. People can do this. There's a million paths to success, folks. Just choose the right one. And on the backs of this, I got to get to a couple of other things really quickly. One is an update in the JP Morgan case. And now it looks like the case is, shocker, hold your breath, falling apart right now.
No.
That's right. Yeah, the case is falling apart.
I really enjoyed this case. I wanted more out of it, I think.
Well, we have a bit more. Chiriyu Rana, that's the guy with these crazy sex slave allegations against the woman at JP Morgan who he said was his boss. And the courtroom nightmare is looming. The case is falling apart, legal experts tell the Post. Recent developments in the sensational Manhattan case, including Rana's original lawyer looking to exit hours before a hearing and the plaintiff's hiring of a slew of new pricey lawyers to ditch the state court for a federal venue, are signs of emotional desperation and a failing lawsuit, they said. He, in my opinion, does not...
Bless you.
Bless you,
sir.
I apologize. I apologize. I couldn't hit the button. I couldn't get over to the microphone in time. I apologize.
Man, I feel bad because I just muted my microphone and belched. I just, like, it was a good one. And I was like, "Yep, I got that one. I mean, nobody caught me. Nobody figured it out. And then you didn't do the same. And now I feel terrible."
That was building so much during that segment. I apologize for the unprofessional behavior there. He, in my opinion, does not have a case, according to employment lawyer Nicole Brunecki. You don't have to be a big brain like Nicole Brunecki to know she's 100% right. This guy's full of it. The judge is so no nonsense, so no BS, and has no patience for these frivolous lawsuits clogging the state court system. So they said this is not a good sign for the guy making these accusations against the JP Morgan boss. So that story rolls on, but not for much longer. I hope the judge dismisses it because that's what deserves to happen here. Quick break. When we come back, God almighty, I don't even know where to go next. We will get to your feedback. That's what we'll do. We'll get to your feedback. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Slow traffic right now on I-4 eastbound between 192 and the Beach Line. Earlier crash had some lane closures. Now just left shoulder is blocked 429 southbound between Avalon Road and Schofield Road. Lots of company on I-4 eastbound between Champions Gate and World Drive. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Katie Wilkins.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Biggie Deals. Choose one of Wendy's new Biggie Deals. At $4, $6, and $8, pick one of the new Biggie Deals you're craving. For a pretty Biggie deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
When shopping for a house, one of the number one mistakes people make when they get a quote on a new mortgage is just going, all right, cool, I like that quote, let's go with it, and not shopping around. There's so many other things you would shop around for. Why not shop around for your mortgage? And the person who's going to help you do that is That Mortgage Guy Don. It's super easy. You got a quote, you're wondering if it's any good, you go to thatmortgageguydon.com and then you upload that quote on the Compare Quote tab. That Mortgage Guy Don will go over it with you. He'll tell you if it's good, he'll tell you if it's bad, and he'll tell you if he can get you a better price and save you some money. He's going to help you out because he's the mortgage expert, and you can don't miss the boat. Compare your quote today. Go visit him at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote.
It's a banger to end on. A banger to end on. Stand by.
You see that the Bungie lady had like a final Instagram before they turned off her account, but she posted, "Who is the crazy person who let me jump off the bridge?"
Oh my God. Jesus, man. It's almost like she knew something bad was going to happen. Stand by! Big ups to Sun State John! The big man himself, the Oiler, the king of gifted subs with 13, 1-3, count 'em, a baker's dozen gifted subscriptions, followed by Craig K with 10 gifted subscriptions. Thank you so much for the big support, Craig and John. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Unbelievable. All right, there's about 20 of them available over on the website right now. Grab your subscription while you can, courtesy of Sun State John and Craig K. What's the leaderboard look like? Top gifters for the month of June. Sun State John with 75, Cyclonus with 40, BDM Bread with 40. They're tied in that second spot there. We'll give you guys a shout out. Put that on my list. Sun State John and Craig K. 13 and 10 respectively. We'll mention that when we come back. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for the big support. Love it. "90 seconds and we're back live." Florida teen social media will be restricted soon unless they change something. I forgot that was still in the pipeline. I forgot they were still marching towards that. Work is too busy for me to participate today. Can we please try again tomorrow? What are you doing at work, Avendasora, that's so freaking important right now? What is it? Huh? What is it? What is it that you're doing that's so important right now? Better be saving a life or something. Don't say the poll. All right, here we go.
Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Joy is essential and it's also elusive. But now, there's a new and exciting way to start your journey toward a more joyful existence. Joy 101. It's a new podcast hosted by me, Hoda Kotb. If you're craving inspiration to maximize your joy, tune into these candid, uplifting, and moving on-air chats. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Joy 101, and listen now. Joy 101 with Hoda Kotb is presented by CVS.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. America. That's America. Enter it now.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to...
Lots to get to. Feedback, news, all the rest before we wrap things up here on a Monday. We stumbled out of the gate, but we're fine now. We're fine. We're going to be polished tomorrow for a Share the Show Tuesday.
A cool technical thing here and there.
Yeah, it happens. And everything's back on board now. We're really good to go. But
did not do well for my anxiety, though.
Seemed that way. All right, I wanted to mention a few things here. One was we're going to get into dispatches and emails. I'll refresh that so I can have the latest and greatest. 2 is Fox Corporation has announced they're buying the streaming platform Roku in a cash and stock deal valued at approximately $22 billion.
Okay.
So Fox is buying Roku for $22 billion. That deal will give Fox access to the Roku channel, first-party data, and more than 100 million global streaming households. That's how many people use Roku, I guess. Fox oversees a massive media network that includes sports, news, and entertainment, as well as Tubi. So Fox has Tubi and Roku with both of these now.
And
which is pretty significant.
Point of this is just so they can have data, they can crunch numbers.
I guess so, but if you have Roku and Tubi together, that's a pretty big audience, I think. I'm
likely. Is Tubi free? That's a free
Tubi
one, right?
is I think the whole thing is they're free. I think it's like free and it's like watching television, but on the apps. For now, it's free. I don't know. Does Fox buy it and so hey, it's not free anymore? Now we're going to charge you for this? Could be the case that they do that. But they paid $22 billion for Roku in this deal. And they said the deal is expected to close in the first half of next year. It still needs approval from Fox and Roku shareholders and regulatory approval to proceed.
I know a lot of people like Roku, or they just maybe just a lot of people have Roku because it was one of the cheaper options when they were looking for stuff. Or I mean, I have a TV in my bedroom that has Roku built into it. And I never use it. I never, ever use it. I just never liked the platform. It was always kind of bland to me. I thought it was kind of, I don't know, like elementary.
It's weird to me because you end up where you end up kind of like cigarette smoking. So you end up smoking whatever brand of cigarettes your friend gave you a couple of and you started to get used to, and then that's the brand you smoke, or you mostly stay loyal to them. With TV stuff, I think it's kind of like that. I think a lot of people just use the apps that are on their TV itself. Because I was in on this so early, I've always used Apple TV.
Right.
I still have physical Apple TVs. Now, I think Apple TV doesn't even really make physical things anymore. I think it's just software now, basically.
No, they still have the hardware platform. I don't feel like they do a lot with it. I mean, obviously, we have an app on the Apple TV platform.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, because I had those before they started building them into TVs. So that's what I do on the one that I have that's Roku. I just use my Apple TV. And that's how I vote. I don't even think I have the Roku remote anymore.
I think people just use the thing that they first started using, and then they get all the apps and whatever app store that is. And
for me, it's like I just use whatever's on the TV usually, except for that Roku part. And my mom was asking me about it because we were getting her a smart TV, and it, there's been a little bit of there's been some growing pains in the switch over to the smart TV, and I was like, well, I better make sure that if she's going to use more than one of these, they better all be the same platform.
Yeah,
because she can't have all these different ways of looking at how the Google TV works and then go into the next room and now it's a Fire Stick or now it's Apple. That would be a disaster.
That's what I'm saying. You end up staying on the one that you use. But
not me. I have so many different ones.
Which is good for you to be doing the TV apps for the show because you got more experience on all these other platforms. I'm like, hey, I know how the Apple TV thing works, and that's sort of my limitation on the whole thing. All right, couple of things to note here. One, here's a dispatch from Dinkers. Dinkers is talking about these people that are standing out from the World Cup and different baseball events, et cetera, et cetera.
What do you do, Junkie Crew?
There he is.
In the 90s through like 99, there was another famous big game streaker known as Morgana the Kissing Bandit.
Yep.
Who
really
actually fell off one of the railings and got her case dismissed in court because her lawyer said her cans overtook her center of balance. That was what led to her fall.
Let's say cans.
But fascinating story on that chick, plus some gigantic cans.
I just said say cans. Jesus, man. What are you, working underneath a car right now?
When I looked up, when I Googled to find Front Row Amy, I Googled baseball fan with big boobs, and the first picture that I see is Morgana the Kissing Bandit.
I've never heard of her until this moment.
She was a prominent entertainer and cultural icon across Major League Baseball in the 70s and 80s. She famously kissed dozens of players and gained legal folklore status when one of her lawyers jokingly claimed in court that her chest size and gravity caused her to fall in the field, is what he was talking about. Her cans, her big old cans.
Don't say cans. Good God. Here's Dingo.
What up, News Junkie? Dingo here. Hey, I just want to chime in real quick about Jameis Winston. I absolutely love that guy. He is the best interview after an NFL game I've ever seen. He had a couple road bumps along the way, like Amy was saying, but honestly, the crab legs, I think that was a huge setup. Just my opinion.
I like Jameis Winston, too. I didn't want to imply that I didn't when we were asking Amy that. I was just saying, like, come on, what do we know him for? The crab legs thing. He was a crab leg guy. The crab leg guy, and also I think he got in trouble at FSU and maybe suspended from a game or two because he was seen, like, out in some common area standing on a table and screaming the effer right in the that old phrase that got really popular for a while.
A couple other clips I wanted to work in before we get into our last segment here. I guess the Le Mans race, 24-hour Le Mans, was going on this weekend.
It's lemons.
And it's Le Mans. I thought about it for a second. I was like, son of a bitch, I screwed it up. And Jimmy Johnson, who I think was a former NASCAR racer, maybe a current NASCAR racer.
I think, yeah.
He calls into the Radio Le Mans where they're covering the race.
Wait, there's a football coach named Jimmy Johnson. Is there more than one Jimmy Johnson?
I thought there was another one. I don't think this is him. Maybe this is him. Let me see.
Oh, yeah. Official website of 7-time NASCAR champion, race team owner, business owner, philanthropist, Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy with an I-E at the end.
Yes, that's it. Jimmy Johnson with an I-E. And I guess he called into the Radio Le Mans, the radio station that was covering this race, and he was hammered out of his mind. I'll play some of this so you can hear, but they said he sounded really drunk.
Jimmy, first of all, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be here, and what an incredible experience. I was here in 23 driving, but to be here as a fan and soak it all in, it's such a special, special weekend.
What do you remember about driving here through the night?
Mulsanne straight. Can't see much.
He does sound drunk. I'm not going to lie. He sounds pretty hammered.
Hilarious to hear him talk about driving when he sounds like he's in a state where he could do anything but.
I think he's hammered.
In the distance, You can see the corner, for the chicane that's there. And the history that's behind everything that it deserves to be. And like being a kid, I felt like a kid in that moment, living it. It's just the most incredible thing.
What do we see you do? Are you just here purely as a visitor, or are you here with Cadillac, or what are you up to?
Just here as a fan of the sport,
love of the game.
This interview is clearly recorded because nobody's talking in the booth. And there's this weird hunchback of Notre Dame looking guy who's eating a banana the whole time. It's so weird.
Our team legacy in NASCAR has an affiliation with the Jota team, and so just here in support. Loving being a part of this.
Now, you've been a good friend of our Radio Show Limited. Back in a car, we saw Dario Franchitti racing one of your trucks quite recently.
I can't understand him either, to be honest with you.
Something about a radio show, something about a car, been in one of your trucks recently.
We picked up a little bit of that.
That was so much fun. Dario gave it such a good run. I hope I can bring him out of retirement again soon. Maybe even Marino, even though he doesn't have the hair. I just love those guys so much.
I just love them. Having a good time. Jimmy Johnson, NASCAR owner, a little hammered, calling in a radio show from what I could tell. And now we're going to have to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll work in as much as we can in the final segment here today. And to give us some more time, let's blast off to that right now. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Jim Colbert Show. Out of context.
I can't believe that you called me out for teabagging. Because, come on, I didn't mean it that way.
I don't even know what that means.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Monday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting about a 50% chance of afternoon and evening scattered showers and thunderstorms. Heavy pockets of rain will be possible. Not everyone will see the rain, though, as we head throughout the afternoon and evening, but temperatures will be hot and humid. We'll soar our way into the low middle 90s for highs this afternoon with a high of around 94 degrees today in Orlando. We'll see scattered showers and storms along with hot and humid temperatures through the end of the week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. At some point, body pain may creep in and become your reality that day. But Aleve is here to keep you moving. One pill gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief. So don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed.
Big shout out to Ricardo. Ricardo is the guy who's my hero. He's the one who saved me. And the reason why the air conditioner in the studio is working like a champion again. Ricardo's from Mills Air. He is the technician who answered the call to come over into the studio and get everything fixed. And boy, does he know what's going on. Ricardo is like all the other techs at Mills Air. They've had all of the problems happen to all the kinds of air conditioners. And because of that, you're in really good hands with Ricardo or whoever from Mills Air heads out to your place. They are professional. They're the best. And they're Carrier Factory Authorized Dealer. And they can help you starting with your phone call to Mills Air at 407-277-1159. Call Mills Air for your AC help, 407-277-1159, or go to millsair.com.
Kick off summer with the Monsters in the Morning live in New Smyrna Beach. Join Central Florida's.
All right, folks. Here's the deal. The announcement about the future of the show is coming up on Thursday. Thursday is the day. Thursday at noon. Thursday at noon. All right? But for right now, it's time to rate the show. Rate the show. 10 out of 10 goes over here to the Hall of Fame. No notes. We just place it here into the Hall of Fame and we go, we did a thing. 1 out of 10 goes into the Hall of Shame. It's sad. No one likes this corner. It's a little reject area. 10 out of 10 is a winner. 1 out of 10 is a loser. How are we doing? 9.2 hand soaps out of 10. 9 out of 10 unattached bungee cords. 8 out of 10 burning buses. 7 spare bungee ropes out of 10. 10 out of 10 says Peanut. Thank you, Peanut. God bless you. Spread the word. Tell a friend. 9 plain people out of 10. 7 heroic Ricardos. 10 out of 10 free falls. 8 out of 10 stolen cats. 10 out of 10 we did it. 13 subs to give out of 10 ladies for Kokomo, says Sunstate John. God bless. God bless. And now I got to go get Today I Learned, so I'll be right back. Gotta be kidding me. Lady dog trying to just wander outside. I didn't print Today I Learned. What a buffoon. She was trying to escape. Can you get me Today I Learned?
Sure.
Try not to buy any soap on the way. Little soap queen over here. 10 out of 10. Sean heartfelt gargoyles are falling speeches. True. 9 plain people out of 10. 8 EEs out of 10. 7.7 dopamine hits. 9 out of 10 sneezes on air. I can't believe it. I should have just turned over and turned off the mic. It would have been awkward though, because it just would have been dead silence. What filter? What filter?
Well, that was wrapped up.
Oh no, I didn't know. We have a filter in the bedroom by the bed, like an air filter for the whole room, air filter. And afterwards, I was like, I don't know, maybe this is working. And we've had the air filter set up for well over a year. And the app for the air filter, because everything has an app, the app said, hey, you gotta change the filter. So I said, oh shit. And I bought 2 replacement filters for it. And it said it's easy to do, flip the unit upside down and spin it, and then you'll unlock the filter, and this big tumbler filter comes out of the whole room air filter. And I go, oh, I can't wait to see how much stuff is on this. It's gonna be filthy. It's gonna be like black in there. It's well over a year old. Look at all the stuff we sucked in. And I opened up the back of our air filter for the room. I never took it out of the plastic. For over a year, it's been operating in the room. The filter was in the plastic wrapper the entire time. I never took the filter out of the wrapper for over a year. Unbelievable. It was still in the bag, yes. Yes. It was still in a plastic bag. Stay gold. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Just open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and start listening now.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Maybe your kids are self-sufficient now and you're ready to jump back into the workforce. Or perhaps you're stuck in that demanding job and the compensation just doesn't match your hard work. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. At Mark Spain Real Estate, we have all the components to make you successful as a real estate agent fast. Go to joinmarkspain.com. That's joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
Hey guys, Chef Justin with Fresh from Florida here, reminding you that the best part of summer is already here. Locally grown, fresh from Florida watermelon. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to
Thursday, going to have the announcement about the future of the program, what's going to happen with the News Junkie, all of that good stuff on Thursday at noon. So be with us for that. Thank you to Sun State John for 13 gifted subscriptions. Big support there. Craig K, thank you for 10 gifted subscriptions. Woo! Full access to the website and secret shows. Please go claim them right now. Start an account. It takes like 5 seconds and hit the claim button, and you will have full access to uncensored secret shows, to all of the See It Now content, to everything that you can get access to on the site and beyond. And it's an amazing thing. So go do that right now on thenewsjunkie.com and claim those thanks to Sun State John and Craig K. Appreciate the big support. Here we go. Let's get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for Monday, June 15th, 2026. Today I Learned this guy.
I fell down.
Oliver Tree.
That's right. Oliver Tree. He grew up with his parents working in a traveling circus. Oliver Tree Nickel. Born June 29th, 1993. Died June 14th, 2026. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you next time, everybody.